Hi, this is Mark. Congratulations. You have found this amazingly awesome show. Chances are you're listening to it right now on whether it's iTunes or Stitcher Radio or some other mobile app that allows you to stream this amazingly awesome show to your ear holes. And I can't stress how awesomely amazing this show really is. But did you know that you can also catch the latest episode of this show on the Tangibound Network? That's right. Go check out tangiboundnetwork.com. You can look them up and you can listen to it right there. It's even mobile friendly. What more could you ask for? Which means you can pull it up on your iPhone or your Android, even your Windows phone. Yeah, who has one of those? But still, point remains, you can do it. You can do it. Check it out, tangiboundnetwork.com. Listen to this show, the latest episode, every time. Check it out.
This is a Danger Entertainment podcast. DangerEntertainment.net. Danger Entertainment Podcast Network.
Welcome to the podcast from Temperance Town, the sexiest podcast of world renowned. Tony grows a beard to hide his chin, swabs it with Earl so it glistens.
Salty, salty language, kings of the sexy frontier.
Download the pod, you won't get enough of these dapper chaps talking deadly fluff. In Hobo Gulch they run a homeless mission, clanging and banging with the pentagram of kittens.
Salty, salty language, kings of the sexy frontier.
They enjoy their whiskey and local craft beer. By Odin's unkempt pubis we give a cheer. Tony's a raccoon when he's booziest. Don't be a savage, be an enthusiast.
Salty, salty language, kings of the sexy frontier.
On the frozen tundra they call it a lock. Tony likes to masturbate in a sock. Brian pisses rocks cause it feels so great. I still don't know who the fuck is Tate.
Salty, salty language, kings of the sexy frontier.
The boys will let you know when there's a Spurler. Due to male pattern baldness, they don't wear curlers. Stay salty, people, that's their closing line. And don't forget, have a beer, you'll be fine.
Salty, salty language, kings of the sexy frontier. Salty, salty language, kings of the sexy frontier. Salty language.
Hey enthusiasts, what's happening? This is Salty Language, episode 268.
Brian, dare I say the birthday-ist podcast on the network?
Maybe, sir.
Maybe.
You know, it's funny.
What's up?
You mentioned that, and today's, the day we're recording is, the anniversary of the day of my birth. And,
yes.
For years and years, I don't remember ever meeting anybody or talking with anybody that had the same birthday as me.
Really?
Yeah. And a lot of people are like, oh yeah, this person, or I share it with this famous person, or, whatever. And
well, according to the billboard I drove by today, you Sheriff David Copperfield.
Yes, apparently I do. Someone else told me today that it's also Amy Poehler's birthday. I don't know.
Well, these
these
are decent people to have birthdays with.
I have not fact-checked this, but that's what I was told. But, it's weird. Like, there's actually my neighbor, her niece, actually, it's her birthday. So,
right.
And then in one of the online groups I'm in, there were two other people right there as we got to talking. And we were like, oh, yeah, hey, we all have the same birthday. So,
sounds like destiny.
Yeah, I guess. I just don't like other people stealing my birthday thunder. It's not cool.
Well, it's kind of cool.
Maybe.
I mean, it'd be different if like a bunch of people in your close circle of friends all had a birthday together.
Yeah.
Because I'd be like, well, now it's not that special anymore.
Right. And then,
You know what I'm saying?
or, you just Highlander rules it and.
That thought didn't even occur to me.
Yeah.
There should always be Highlander rules.
You just end everyone else.
Yeah. There can be one big birthday battle royale.
That's what I'm just going to start doing is ending people whose birthday is the same as mine. This is acceptable. I'll leave the ones that contribute things that I enjoy to life or something maybe until the end. But eventually, there's no friends in the Royal Rumble.
There's no friends in the Rumble at all.
Yeah.
But I do have to say, Brian, I've had sitting next to me during our bullshit session that we've been rocking and rolling with.
Yeah.
This delightful glass.
Okay.
And this delightful thing of ice. And a bottle of bourbon.
It's funny because I'm not entirely sure that sounded like ice, but I can see it.
Wait.
All right.
Foley work.
Oh, nice. Okay. I was going to say.
I actually was doing that with a newspaper and a tin can because I'm a good Foley artist.
You're very good. It's.
I know, right?
I should be recording this because what would have been funny is if we did like a side thing where you've got a newspaper and whatever, and I just put the sound of ice clinking in there.
If only we did. If only we had a video podcast,
right? Because I would totally do that. It'd be worth doing.
And I got.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
Yeah.
So I got I don't even know where the fuck we got this from. This is a Tom's Foolery bourbon, but it's out of Ohio. So,
interesting.
Whatever.
All
But
right.
this is. I thought I was going to have some birthday bourbon in your honor.
Ah, what a gentleman.
I know, right?
Yeah.
It's too bad we're not like in the same room and stuff.
Yeah.
We could both have birthday bourbon.
That's true. I don't have any bourbon. I do have whiskey sitting very close to me. It's almost like I could put my arm around it, like like in the old school like car like bucket seats,
Like you're
or the bench seats, not
you're up
bucket
on
seats.
makeout point with the bourbon.
Mm-hmm. And it's like stretch my arm out around it,
Exactly.
After
you're making sweet, sweet love.
naturally, because we've already ran out of gas, unfortunately.
It's crazy how that happens.
Well, we're up here,
Hey, I ran out of gas, but I got plenty of lube. Oh, my soundboard turned off. I was gonna have Dice come in, but
man,
it's
weak game, Tony. Come on.
Lube.
Oh, better.
There we go. It kind of worked.
Yeah. Man.
So yeah, to you, Brian, happy birthday, my friend.
Thank you.
Oh yeah. Sweet, sweet nectar of Chagrin Falls, Ohio.
It's the nectar of men of leisure. That's what it is.
This is true.
I need to get some.
I need to get some quality bourbons up in this bitch.
Yeah, me too. I have 0 bourbons, so.
I was perusing my liquor cabinet like, I thought I had at least makers in there.
Mm-hmm.
I got nothing but this Tom's Foolery. I said, I don't even know where it came from.
It's a good
but
name.
I'm going to drink the shit out of it.
Yeah, but I like it. This is a good game plan. Oh, I always endorse bourbon drinking. Well, not always, I guess, because, I don't want to see someone like violate their parole or something. But
well, we always endorse Brian. Always.
No, I don't.
Definitely that.
That's true. That is true. We are certainly endorsers of beer drinking and or hell raising. Well, it's not and or, it's and, because, I'm not necessarily a, endorser of raising hell without drinking.
Well, it depends on
I'm from the Steve Austin camp. If you're going to beer drink and hell raise, you got to do some hell raise, and then have someone throw you some cold Steve Weisers,
This is true.
And that's the bottom line.
Because Stone Cold said so.
Damn right. Also, I said so.
So, just because I had to look it up.
Mm-hmm.
Tom's Foolery. I really need, I wish we had Devry with us right now. Because Devry really is the local bourbon expert in our little world.
Yeah, that's true.
Because I just don't know if I can call this straight bourbon whiskey when it's from Ohio. Cleveland, Ohio. Right? When I think bourbon, I think Cleveland.
Yeah, I do.
I mean, really.
Yeah, it's true. It is true.
Their website's fine. But apparently they make Applejack and rye and bourbon. That's what they do.
All right. Well, I mean, I guess that's a good thing if they, made like bourbon and, I don't know, rice cakes or something. It'd be a really odd pairing.
That would be weird.
Yeah.
That would be weird.
I guess. I don't know. Unless you soak the rice cakes in bourbon. Then they're delicious.
Wait, what if instead of rice cakes, sake cakes? We's be getting fucked up on health food. Or something.
What are you eating, honey? Rice cakes. How many have you had? 3 or 4 packages.
They go down like sleeves of Chips Ahoy.
Right? There's just like 5 empty bourbon bottles around you because, you have to, marinate them.
Well, you got dip.
Yeah.
It's like cookies and milk, man. Sake cakes and fucking bourbon.
Perfect.
That sounds like a terrible combination.
That is a terrible combination, yeah.
Yeah.
I just like the idea of the best way to me to make rice cakes palatable is, by soaking them in bourbon.
If you're going to eat rice cakes, you for sure need a bourbon chaser.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
I haven't had a rice cake in a while, but last time I had one, it was pretty much like eating one of those furniture sliders.
Delicious.
Oh, yeah.
Oh. No, yeah, because the appropriate thing to do with a rice cake, if you have a glass of bourbon, is to use the rice cake as a coaster.
Yes.
That's it. Like, convenient.
Yeah, exactly.
Someone hands you one, you just set your drink on it and go about
Make
your
sure
business.
you have a glass, because, somehow that rice cake shit might get through a plastic cup. So make sure it's glass.
Yeah.
I know right now there's like 3 or 4 people listening to our show that really love rice cakes, and this will be the last episode.
Probably. Like, I can't believe
until they miss us.
How dare they shit on rice cakes?
I'm never listening again. And then 1 week later, they just have that weird tingle in their loins.
Mm-hmm.
Like, God, I miss all that sex energy I used to get from the Salty Language show.
Yeah, it's true. It's true.
Yeah.
We do pump out sex energy.
Yep, right into your ear holes.
It's weird. Yeah.
Yeah, or what they call it on Shot of History? I'm going to do Devin, the sound eyes or whatever. Right near your sound eyes. I prefer to call them audio vaginas.
That's fair too.
Yeah, right?
Boy. Explains why you always have your finger in it.
I know. It feels so good, man.
Tony, get your finger out of here.
Like, I'm so close.
Wouldn't be so weird if you weren't a squirter, That's, God. Anyway, moving on.
Oh my God, that's horrifying.
Exactly. So,
like, what
just
is it,
in
spiced
case,
mustard.
Oh, jeez. What kind of mustard do you want? Yellow.
Excellent choice, sir. Starts finger in his ear.
Oh. Can we go back to the bourbon? Ooh.
That would be the worst hot dog vendor ever.
Oh, jeez. Oh, yeah. He's got like cauliflower ears and he just squeezes them a little bit.
Well, I think I'm done with the bourbon, guys.
Yeah. There you go.
That's a goddamn lie.
Yeah, I was going to say, I know you have a stronger stomach than that.
Yeah, but man, that's a vile image.
Right. Oh. All right. So,
now that we've alienated all the females in our listening audience.
And everyone else.
And everyone else. Yeah. Oh, yeah, and the males.
Yeah. Like, look, I'm a savage, but that's too much for me. I'm out of here. Oof. All right. Yeah. So,
wow.
Yeah. So how was your week?
Well, wait, slow down.
What?
We're still on birthday shenanigans here.
Oh, yeah, right. I forgot.
Did you do any birthday shenanigans today besides sleep 20 minutes?
Yeah,
I can only assume it's from all the partying.
Yes, that is exactly, of course, what it is. I spent all morning just buried in mountains of nudes.
Excellent.
So I just drank bourbon and perused nether bits. No,
sounds
not
like
really.
the best underworld, the nether bits.
Yeah. No, it's really just, it's like the devil's grundle. You know, it's
Oh, jeez.
no bueno, sir. No bueno.
No bueno.
Very no bueno, even.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I didn't really do anything today. It was, you know, went out to lunch with my mom and then came home and, you know, I was like, I'm tired because I didn't sleep last night and I was too excited for the party coming up. No. And, you know, I was like, I'm going to lay down for an hour and a half before, you know, we rock all of this out, you know? And yeah, the people that live next door were just pretty much just pointing their face at my window and screaming, essentially. That's what it sounded like anyway.
Now, you know, I kept telling you to pick up some harpoons.
Mm-hmm.
Have you?
No. Next time, though, I'm just going to set the yard on fire in between the places. That way it's uninhabitable.
This is true. Now, I was talking to my kids, because now you're making me think of like some sort of weird siege.
Okay.
And for some reason, like boiling oil came up, because I was like, I'm going to throw boiling oil on you, as I tease my kids with.
Sure, as is tradition, right?
Yeah.
It's a rite of passage.
Yeah. And I'm talking to Leah during all this, and then it hit me, I'm like, isn't that just frying? And then Logan upstairs is like, just yes. He just yells yes.
Mm-hmm.
So, of course, I'm like, Logan, can you imagine all the medieval sieges that just smelled so delicious? But that's true.
Yeah.
Boiling oil, you're just frying people.
We're going to pour boiling oil on you. And they're just like, they're taking apart a chicken and, you know, getting ready.
Like before they pour the oil, it's a bunch of flour and buttermilk. This
is a much better idea than tarring and feathering someone. You know?
Right.
I mean, at least if you're a cannibal, you know?
Well, yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Like hitting you with 11 herbs and spices and, you know, like you said, flour and buttermilk or beer and whatever, depending on their taste, you know?
Now, I could see this this needs to be a video, which I love that we just go, this should be this, and it's a brilliant idea.
Right.
And then someone else will make it, and we'll get nothing.
Right.
But I just picture a video of a siege, and then the flour and the buttermilk, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then the boiling oil, and then just pan to just buckets of KFC.
Just on the ground, they're just in buckets already. Delicious.
Yeah, maybe like the helmets and spears around too.
Sure. That makes sense.
Because that's how physics work.
Yeah, exactly. It's 100%.
I mean, frying physics.
Right.
It's my study. I have a PhD in frying physics. Naturally.
Oh, God. Can you imagine going to a college and you're, you know, going through various physics programs and whatnot, and you're just like, let's see, frying physics is available this semester.
I'll sign up for that.
I'm in. Oh, man.
Oh, the teacher's a Mr. Sanders, huh?
Yeah. You're just the whole time, let's see what we can deep fry this week.
Mr. Sanders, I have a question. You can call me Colonel.
Yeah. And no, I will not divulge my recipe. And yes, I do enjoy a nice mint julep.
I do.
Even though he's from like Kentucky or Ohio or whatever it is. It's
I don't know. Kentucky a mint julep thing?
Yeah, kind of. Yeah,
Kentucky Derby?
They serve them at the Derby. So yeah, I guess that works. I can't remember. I can't remember if it's Ohio or Kentucky or whatever. Oh no, you know what? I think I'm thinking of Bob Evans, not Colonel Sanders. But it's Kentucky Fried Chicken, obviously, so, you know.
Yeah. It'd be fun if he wasn't from Kentucky.
Oh, scandalous.
Scandalous indeed.
He's like, I'm from Tennessee, but the only place you can make my fried chicken is Kentucky. Something about the air quality or moonshine or whatever.
Yes, exactly.
It's like
the shine.
It's the
mountain people toenail clippings.
It's the regional chicken feed, you know?
Naturally.
Pretty much what you just described.
Yes. Now, I did see something interesting. I was watching Chef's Table on Netflix.
Okay.
And there's this guy, this farmer, that for this particular chef, he feeds his chickens this like mix of hot red peppers.
Okay.
Right? Because apparently birds aren't affected by the heat.
All right.
For some reason. They can't taste the capsaicin, whatever they call it, the whatever the fuck it is. The pepper stuffs.
Pepper stuffs. Yeah, I think that's the actual term.
But they're eating so much red pepper that their egg yolks are like red.
That's terrifying.
How crazy is that?
You imagine cracking an egg open, be like, oh, God.
Yeah. Holy shit. Satan's Chickens.
Yeah. Delicious.
Right? That's
Yeah.
my punk band, actually. Satan's Chicken.
That's not a great name.
It's really not. Satan's Cluckers?
Feels like you're trying too hard with that one. That feels like a dad band, you know?
Satan's Herbs and Spices.
That sounds like something I don't want to taste. It's like what's under his fingernails, basically.
Yeah, pretty much.
After a day of scratching his balls in hell.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, just terrible.
Flavor country.
Oh, yeah, it's like scratching the cheese off the French onion soup, you know?
Oh.
Just horrible.
Oh, my God. Same consistency, too.
Yeah, he just peels it off. That's gross. That's so gross.
Wow. What are we doing with this episode?
Oh. Why do I want to vomit so badly?
Why are we ruining your birthday?
Yeah, what am I doing? Ooh. All right,
Wow.
what were we talking about?
Your birthday, and you,
Right.
diddling the nethers.
I don't think that's what I was talking about. I think
Perusing the nethers?
Yes, that I was talking about. No,
Yes.
yeah, it was cool. I've gotten like mountains of, comments from people on the social medias and stuff, which is always awesome,
The old feels good, man.
Yeah. Oh man.
For sure.
Now I'm having thoughts of the Rick and Morty where Rick's in the suit and it feels good as playing.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
That is a classic.
One of my favorite episodes. Anyway, yeah, it's so it's cool. My mom bought me like some of the Funko Pops that I really wanted. Like I got one they put out. I think I mentioned it on the show as a Shut Up and Take My Money. It was it's Clark Kent and he's like pulling his suit open to reveal Superman. And he's still got his glasses and hat on and stuff. And
right.
It's, just one of my favorites that they've made because they're getting now to where they used to just be I'm standing here characters. Now they're starting to put them in like action poses a little more. Like, one of the months they have a Star Wars collector's box, which is basically like a loot crate thing,
Right.
And you get a pop in there. And they have Boba Fett where he's like his rocket, his pack is like he's up in the air because of his jetpack and stuff. So, and it's just an awesome looking one. Then they did a Spider-Man where he's kind of up in the air a little more now, and they're starting to get away from just making them
standing
static.
their pops.
Yep. Now they're starting to put them in cool poses to where they're going to look even more awesome, like when you display them and stuff. Versus in the past where it's just like, yep, just standing here.
Yep, I got a small army of little creepy dudes.
Yep.
Well, yeah, I like the idea of action-packed ones.
Yeah, me too. And it's, they've been around and they're popular enough that they're toying around with. Like, they've got some Batman ones coming up soon where he's kind of pulling his cape a little bit, around his arm, which looked pretty cool. Instead of just, hey, I'm Batman, I'm standing here,
Right.
So.
I want to see Crane kick Karate Kid.
Oh, everybody would love to see that where he's, up in the air.
Yep.
Good shit.
Boom.
Yeah. I would love to
Perfect.
see it too. Mm-hmm.
Plus, think of, if you do Crane with a K, think of all the alliteration.
No, I can't think of any.
How dare you?
Shut down.
Denied.
Yeah. So, yeah, it's, I was disappointed. They mentioned the other day that they're going to be making hockey ones. And I was like, ooh, and there's not one player from the Red Wings on there.
Really?
Yeah. And I was like, it's a little weird because Red Wings, like, merch sales wise, the Red Wings are one of the top teams, like, every year.
You would think all the original 6 teams at least have one.
You would think so. Yeah. And it's not like the Red Wings don't have any players they could make. They have a few guys they could have made. I understand on some of the guys that they chose to make because they're the biggest stars in the league. Clearly you want to make those guys. But it's the problem with doing sports ones is that, like, if you put the sports ones out, regional players do well. And then after that, it's iffy, So, I don't know. I was really disappointed. I let them know it, too.
So, if Funko Pop is making sports pops, what is starting lineup going to do?
Well, starting lineup's gone, so...
Are they shaking in their boots, Brian?
No, they're gone. Dead.
They ran out of town because Pops.
Yeah, right.
Gotcha.
Well, McFarlane pretty much. I mean, they were gone before the McFarlane sports license figures, but so
Sports Pops, McFarlane shit his pants, ended the line.
Right. In the new,
Gotcha.
In the new, or in the, upcoming few months or whatever, the only one you'll be able to get with a person in a Red Wings sweater will be Cameron from Ferris Bueller.
Well, at least that's acceptable.
Yeah, because they made him in the Red Wings jersey from the movie instead of...
That's pretty great.
Which I thought was awesome, that they didn't pick him in something else because they didn't, licensing or whatever. So I was like, I guess he counts.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. I mean...
Yeah, I dig it.
Like you said, at least it's not just like a red shirt.
Yeah, exactly. They didn't do just put hockey team or something on it.
Yeah.
That would have been great, though.
A hockey team.
It's just got a puck. Hockey team.
Yeah. Just says, go goal.
Yeah.
What? What does that even mean?
Go goal. I want that on a pennant.
Yes.
Go goal.
Hey, well, let's go watch the walleye.
Yeah.
And we'll just make a sign that just says go. Well, I'll have go, you have goal.
And they'll be like, what did one of their guys stay home? What is that?
What is
this supposed to be?
There'll be people don't make fun of them. They're here, it's their day out at a home. They're here on a special occasion.
Yeah. They're like, that's gotta be the only reason that they're so vulgar.
Exactly.
Everyone else here is so wholesome except those two.
I assume they both have Tourette's.
Yeah, they must. Have you heard the things they've said? I've never heard so many C-bombs dropped.
And that was just at the popcorn guy.
No, that was before the puck was dropped. That was at the poor girl singing the national anthem. All right, yous two, you're out of here.
Oh, man.
Mm-hmm.
Now, do you remember, since we're talking hockey, in the old Coliseum, a.k.a. the Sports Arena, which for those not know was the local little arena that we used to go to in Toledo, Ohio. And it was basically you wouldn't be surprised if you walked there and saw a pit fighter going on.
That's true.
Yeah. During the national anthem at the very end when the whole crowd just chant, kick your ass. Do you remember that?
I do. Yeah. That was great. Everyone stands and they're nice and respectful all through the whole thing. And then at the end, everyone yells, kick your ass. Right
before home, was it? I don't remember the end line of that. The Star Spangled Banner.
Yeah, it's Home of the Brave.
Yeah, right before Home of the Brave, it's kick your ass.
Yes.
And then Home of the Brave.
Yeah.
In that gap. I wonder if they do that at the Walleye.
There's no way.
Too family friendly.
Maybe a few people or something, but I just can't imagine.
We're bringing it back.
Yeah, and then we're going to be brought back to the parking lot because they don't tell. People will report us via their phone.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I'll say someone with the can I talk to the manager hairdo.
Yeah.
There's a couple of belligerent guys.
I've got my
disrespecting us and the national anthem.
I have my family at this violent game that sells beer.
Yeah, exactly. Little Timmy does not want to hear that.
Yeah, little Timmy does, actually.
Yeah.
He also wants to hear us drop C-bombs on his mom and dad, but...
Exactly. Little Timmy's looking at gaping assholes on his iPhone.
Wow. That's
He's hardcore. He's seen a lot.
Now, sexy gaping assholes, right? Because if he searched it, you have to type sexy.
I'm not Googling that.
Yeah, no, me either. I don't want to Google gaping assholes, let alone, it doesn't, you could put horrific, foul, sensual, full of flowers. I just,
sensual.
Yeah.
I might Google that.
Right. Well, it's how people describe you and I, sensual gaping assholes.
This is true.
That's also our band name. Yeah, our two-man band name.
Yes.
When we're not
our lounge act.
Right, I was going to say when we're not touring as Manjalele.
Yeah. We alternate. Sometimes you play the piano and I lay on it and sing. Sometimes I play the piano, you lay on it and sing.
Sure. Yeah, well, you got to have a night off once in a while. Yeah.
I know, right? You got every once in a while the sparkly dress has to go to the cleaner.
Right.
Naturally.
I'm just having these horrific pictures of me doing the lean forward and shaking my tits. Like at some point you're out walking around with like the tip jar, you know?
Well, of course.
Oh man.
Oh shit. Tip there. What is this, church?
Yeah. Well, you know, there's always the tip thing on like the piano, you know, for the talent.
Come on, give us a little bit of bread.
Yeah. Come on.
Yeah, come in.
Probably not.
Do it.
I'll give you money to put your clothes back on.
Stab.
Get him out of here. This is a family establishment.
Exactly.
Oh,
sons of
boy.
Anywho, but yeah, besides your birthday stuff, how was your week, man?
Yeah, it was pretty good. It was, you know, I forgot the big news for me today. I finally got my damn antidepressants again.
Nice.
I've been trying for 2 weeks and haven't been able to like just line things up to where I could get it and pick them up, you know, from the doctor's office. And finally today, before we went to lunch, I asked my mom, I was like, can we run by there? Like, I'll just go in. And honestly, I walked in basically, you know, gun low on my hip, you know, just waiting. Cause I pretty much figured it was going to be a shootout. And
right.
I'm tired of this. It's something I need. And I'm just tired of the runaround on this. And it's like, nope, it's go time, you know? So naturally, you know, I walked in, pushed the saloon doors open, you know, because my doctor's office is in a saloon, and you know, so,
as it should be.
Yeah, you hear my spurs jangling as I'm walking, and you know, like
well,
I said,
it's like saloon, dentist, doctor. It makes sense.
Yeah. Well, actually, there is a dentist there too.
Oh, perfect. They shoe horses around back.
Sure. You say shoe or shoot?
It's multi-purpose.
Depends on how much they had to drink at the saloon.
Yes, exactly.
I messed up another one. Pow! Get the hot oil and no.
Buttermilk.
This is the biggest. These are the biggest wings I've ever seen.
Look at the size of this drumstick.
Why does this wing have a horseshoe?
That's a handle.
Yeah.
Oh.
All right, that makes sense. It's a souvenir for the kids.
Nothing's a better handle to hold a hot horse drummy, like a goddamn cherry red iron horseshoe that just came out of the deep fryer.
That's right. You're right. That is the perfect handle, you know? Because when I'm thinking of something to hang on to, what I want is something, like you said, that's red hot.
Yeah, well, it's so you can see it.
Right. Yeah, even though it'll melt your hand, but
yeah, exactly.
But by that melting, you're not going to let go of it because you won't be able to. It'll just
it's too
melt.
Delicious too.
Well, yeah, yeah. If you set it down, your friends will jump on that.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, I went in there and yeah, it was a mess. I found out that some messages weren't getting to the doctor. She thought I already picked up the medicine. It was.
Oh, so it was like a perfect storm.
Yeah, I was not a happy man. And, maybe had some deli rage, while in there and expressed it.
Oh, so they also have a deli. Nice.
No. I just converted deli rage to the saloon dentist doctor office. And, basically let them know that this is not acceptable and I'm really not going to tolerate this.
I think you're looking for this.
Horse shit! You are correct, sir. But anyway, it turned out, everything came up Millhouse and I got my medicine and, so that's good news, everyone.
Oh, well, I mean,
Yeah.
Good news, everyone!
Man, fail dozing everywhere, Tony.
I know, right?
That's all right.
I'm still trying to get used to where these buttons are.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. It is weird that you keep them in your loins,
Well, I mean, just gives me an excuse to just touch myself.
You need an excuse? Huh.
Apparently.
Yeah, all right.
That's what the courts keep telling me.
You can't do that in public. I just did.
Too late.
Why don't they look away?
Sorry about your floor.
Not sorry.
Not at all.
No, not really.
Negative sorries, actually.
Yeah. So, yeah. So there's that. That's pretty much it. I was just glad they had that over with. But, yeah, that's been about it for the week. It's been, it's just been a week. Hasn't really done a whole lot. How about you?
Well, we did, speaking of birthday celebrations, we went out last Saturday for Jeannie of Salty Language's birthday.
Right.
Went out and had a little dinner and some cocktails with some friends and all that, and that was a good time. How late did you and T end up hanging out there?
I don't remember.
Everyone basically abandoned ship.
Yeah, y'all took off at 10:30. We sat there. He found on Periscope somebody was broadcasting the UFC fight,
that's hilarious.
CM Punk Mickey Gall fight. So we watched that real quick, and then at midnight, it was at midnight, around midnight, because we knew it was getting close to last call and whatnot at Cloyster, and so we finished our beers, and we were like, we're both hungry, and Home Slice is right here.
Nice.
So we went to Home Slice. Then we didn't have any more beers, but we crushed a carnivore, though. Whatever the biggest size they had. We destroyed this thing. I don't even know how much of it I ate. I think I ate more than T, and I was just kept pushing food into my face. So we crushed that, and, it was delicious. And, that was pretty much it. We just sat there and talked, which was cool, just hanging out, me and T. So.
Yeah, well, he's a good dude.
Mm-hmm.
Now, question. Do you guys know if you paid for Squirrel's beer by chance?
I didn't. I don't know if T did.
Because I got a text the next day, and I love the way he opens up. It's just, hey. And it's always just, hey. Never hey, here's what I need. So I always, hi. What do you... Yeah. He's like, I didn't pay for my beer last night.
Oh,
I went, well, neither did I, so I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah.
I thought maybe you guys might have got saddled with it, but who knows?
I couldn't tell you. I know I did not.
Right.
I looked and, yeah, I was going to say, I looked at mine, and because I only had a couple of drinks there, so, I know mine was right. So I don't know if T got stuck with it, or I hope not.
Maybe it just got into the ether.
Yeah, I feel bad about that. I never like to leave a place and stick somebody, but...
Yeah, but, what are you going to do?
Yeah.
I was just curious.
True.
No, we, we started off at nice little restaurant, Table 44. They got a lovely bar.
No, we talked about it before, where you and I had some
yeah, we went there for a couple of cocktails.
Yep.
A couple too many rye whiskeys.
I don't know what you're talking about. I had the appropriate amount.
Huh. But when we got there, because we had a sizable party, but Jeannie and I got there real early. So I was like, let's you and I get down there nice and early. We'll just sit at the bar, have a drink, just her and I, before everyone else shows up, because it's nice.
Right. Yeah.
Well, she orders a martini.
Yeah.
And if you know anything about my wife, she doesn't want shit in her martini. She wants it dry as fuck gin.
Right. Yep.
Well, it shows up, and this cloudy bastard. It looked like, Satan was scratching his nutsack over it.
I think that's the way people tend to like their martinis.
Oh, boy. People tend to. Yeah, for sure.
That's how he cools off his nethers in hell.
Yeah. Just dips it in fresh martini.
Yep. And then, there's a dumbwaiter. He just sets it in there, and it takes it up to whatever restaurant needs one.
Yeah, perfect. Exactly.
Ugh.
But, so she takes a sip and goes, oh. And she's like, this does not taste like a regular, standard, not dirty martini. What do you think? So I take a sip and I'm like, nah, it's for sure briny as fuck.
Yeah.
So she calls the bartender over. She's like, hey, is this dirty? And the bartender's like, oh, yeah. She's like, yeah, that's not what I want. Can you make... And she's like, I'm real sorry. Can you... And the bartender's like, yeah, no problem. Makes another drink. Wasn't even anything resembling a martini.
All right.
We don't know. We still don't know what it was. It was some weird lemon drink.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's weird. Yeah.
Right? So that kind of like set the like oh well, she's clearly a dummy.
Yeah.
And like Jeannie gave her drink away, and by this time there was probably 6 of us, maybe 7 and 8 of us, something like that were sitting at the bar then.
Yeah.
And I was like, they're setting up tables over here to the left, and I'm like, that must be our reservation that I called for on Thursday. And then people start sitting down at this table. It was old. I'm like, well, it's 10 till 6. That's what time I had the reservation. Let me go talk to the hostess. Let her know we're here.
Yeah.
So I'm like, hey, I'm the guy at 6 o'clock that's got the big dumb reservation for 16 people.
Yeah.
And she's like, huh? How many? I'm like, 16? And she's like, yeah, that shouldn't be a problem. That's why we were sitting outside, because they didn't have my reservation. I'm glad it wasn't busy.
Right. Yeah,
because I might have been hitting people with chairs.
Yeah. Because like if they would have been like, "Oh, we don't have room for you," yeah. But
like, kick stun.
Sure, I'll throw you.
Toss me a beer.
I'll throw you Steve Weisers. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's funny because like when we got there, I saw you guys sitting out there, and I just thought that's just where they put you guys because it wasn't like it was a horrible day, weather-wise out or anything. There was some rain, but it was covered, so, no big deal. And, I was just like, oh, okay, this is where they're sitting. And there was air conditioning out there, which is a little weird because it wasn't completely enclosed,
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I honestly didn't mind sitting outside because I like to people watch. And like you said, at least they had air blowing down and fans out there, and it was comfortable.
Yeah. Because
really, the temperature outside.
Yeah, the temperature wasn't bad, but it was really humid that day because of the
because it kept pouring rain.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh wow.
Yeah, I was not real impressed by that. But yeah, all in all, it ended up being dinner was good. It was good. Their food's okay. Whatever.
Yeah, it was.
But yeah,
I got the same thing.
I think probably half the party dipped on us, and then the rest of us went over to Cloister and
pretty much.
Played some Cards Against Humanity and had a few beers, and then you already covered with UNT.
Yeah, I was going to say then the rest then everybody else bounced at that point, so yeah.
Yeah, we were just fucking tired.
Mm.
And even on the way home, Jeannie was like, if first martini would have been the martini I wanted, we'd still be out.
Yeah.
But she's like, I just didn't really feel like drinking after that. It just really soured her.
Yeah.
Which I can't blame her.
Yeah.
I mean, I know that's her thing. She loves a good martini.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I
and
guess.
Boy, did they shit the bed.
Now you know not to get one there, I guess.
Exactly.
Or at least.
But what we do know, Brian,
mm-hmm.
the Cloister could make a mean old fashioned.
Yeah, they certainly could. That was tasty.
Pretty good.
It was. Yep.
I'm kind of glad they're starting to mix a little booze in there.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Now, I've always liked the place, but they're really becoming what I really was hoping they would become. Because they've got the pizza ovens now, so they have pizzas available. They've got, a little bit of liquor, and they have delicious beers. So now it's, and they have like wine and, so it's like now you don't have to go, oh, I don't drink beer. There's maybe not something for me, or, depending on who you are, because they had ciders and stuff. But, I like that they're becoming more of that, multi-threat, so we can, we don't have to go anywhere else first. We could just go there and sit,
Yeah, this is true.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going back to like the first time I walked in there, and they had maybe 4 or 5 beers on tap.
The first time we went in there, they had 4 beers because me, and T each ordered a different one, and then I think you got I think they ran out of one of them or something like that. So I think we either couldn't try all of them or you got the second one. I think something like that on the night. And because I was like, boy, I hope they're going to have more beers than 4 at a time.
Yeah. Now they got probably 12 taps, and a lot of them are guest taps. And yeah, they're kicking ass. It's it's probably one of my favorite places to hang out downtown now, to be honest.
Me too. And that's why I'm glad to see, the diversity with the drinks and stuff too.
Although I have to say it is a little odd that they don't pipe any music in there really, which I don't mind, but a little background music could be okay.
Yeah, it is a little odd. But
and no TVs, which I'm also kind of okay with. But there's sometimes I want to kind of sit and watch the game.
I think the thing with them, I think for both of them are similar reasons. I think some of it has to do with that they want people to sit and talk.
Which I'm perfectly okay with, because there's definitely a lot of bars you walk in and you're like, I can't even hear myself talk.
It's just all
let alone the guy I'm talking to.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, whether the music's too loud or people are just too loud or there's the
so it's TVs, it's just like, you know, I guess if I want to go sit and watch the game, I'm gonna have to go to like Dirty Bird or Mutts or something or whatever.
Yeah, right.
Not the Cloister. If I want to hang out with friends and bullshit, it's Cloister.
Yeah, exactly.
You know?
Yep. Yeah, you're right. That would be the only drawback at this point. So, but that's okay. I don't mind that, you know, because like I said, there are plenty of places downtown we can go watch, you know, TVs and drink. So,
yeah.
You know, it's one of the things I do like that because it strips away some of the distraction. Kind of, you know, it really does force you to, you know, actually talk to people instead of just gawking at a TV the whole time you're in there. I mean, I know everyone still has their phones, but I've noticed that when we're in there, a lot of us tend to leave our phones on the table. Have you know what I mean? Like,
because it's more of you want to talk.
Yeah, we're not burying our face in their phones there. When we go to other places, we tend to pick our phones up more, and I think it's because overall it's just distraction, you know. So
right, I would agree with that.
Mm.
It's like an old school like English pub feel.
Mm.
You know?
Yep.
I like it.
Me too.
Anywho.
Me too.
Later in the week, though, you know, my parents, because they always take us out for our birthday dinner.
Yeah.
So we went out for, you know, Jean's birthday dinner. We went to the Beirut, which is like a little Lebanese restaurant around here.
Yeah.
But it's weird because they have Lebanese and they have Italian.
That's such a weird combination.
It is, isn't it?
Yeah.
But my kids swear by their spaghetti. They like every time they go to get the spaghetti because it's amazing, apparently.
Okay.
I tried a little bit of sauce. Sauce is pretty good, but whatever.
Yeah.
But dude, I got this thing. It's called like a braccioli or something.
Okay.
All right. You know chicken cordon bleu, right?
Yep.
It's like the chicken breast with the ham and the cheese inside.
Yep.
Picture that. But instead of a chicken breast, it's beef tenderloin.
Right.
Dude, it was fucking amazing.
You were stuffing them in your pants, weren't you?
Oh my God.
Like
it was so
smuggling
good.
them out.
Came with like green beans and like sauteed mushroom. Oh my God. I'm like, I could eat this a lot. It was amazing.
Awesome.
I have no words for it besides amazing.
Fair enough. Nothing wrong with that.
Sometimes just get that food. They are just like, just blows your mind, you know?
Oh yeah.
I never would have thought the stuff beef tenderloin of ham and cheese. It's like the best ham and cheese sandwich I ever had.
Right? You know what make this ham and cheese sandwich even better? Take the bread off. Wrap ass some bitch in a beef tenderloin.
Like, I need some steak bread. What?
Yeah.
Just 2 steaks for bread.
You know, tenderloin bread. Like, oh yeah, right. Wait.
Like, that's a thing? It is now, bitch.
Yep.
Yeah. That's all I got to say. That's all I really have to say about that. That and Turkish coffee is amazing, but
okay.
Moving on. So I have a couple of creeper moments that happened to me this week.
Yeah.
Would you like to hear my creeper moments?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, first creeper moment. This is when I'm working. I'm on the turnpike. Got to rest up, got to go do the old pullover maneuver because sometimes you got to use the restroom, and sometimes, unfortunately, you got to go investigate those stalls.
Right. Oh boy.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh, that's a train wreck right there.
Yeah, exactly. But it's turnpike rest area, so that they keep them nice.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, they are usually kept pretty well.
Yeah, so I'm in there reading Twitter or something, doing whatever I'm doing.
Mm-hmm.
And the door to the stall next to me opens, closes. And all of a sudden, the toilet paper roll that's like on my left vanishes. Just, and then there's just a window, like into the stall next to me. Like there's light coming through. I'm not looking because I'm like, this is fucking weird.
Now it's a glory hole, right?
Basically. But like I said, the roll is gone.
Yeah.
And then this plastic gloved hand comes in with a new roll and starts installing it.
Wow.
as I'm there enjoying myself.
Right.
And I understand the guy's got to do his job, but it was fucking weird.
Yeah, you'd think you wait until you leave and then do it.
Exactly.
You know, like it'd be different if it was totally out or something and he was like, you know, rescue squadding you, you know.
It wasn't even out. It was
Yeah.
like half full.
That's what I'm saying,
It didn't
yeah.
even be switched.
Right, that's what I'm saying. If it was empty, it'd be one thing. You'd be like, you know, playing hero, you know, and, you know, he'd be carrying you out of there like, you know, the bodyguard or something, you know.
Right?
But this is not that situation. Well, that's weird. I didn't even know you could access those from the other side.
I had no idea. It was fucking bizarre.
That is so weird. Man.
I mean, I should have taken a picture, but I was so stunned and shocked when the toilet paper vanished. And then there's because I knew there was a guy in the stall next to me, so I'm like, if a dick comes through here, I'm going to be very upset. Because it just vanished, and there was just a big rectangular hole.
Wow. That's really weird.
It was fucking bizarre.
It just doesn't seem like you should be able to change the toilet paper in the next stall over from the stall. You know, it seems like you should have to be in that stall to change that toilet paper.
Right.
You know? Anything else than that is creep level, you know? And at that point, I wouldn't. I would just be like, I'm going to wait until this guy is done destroying this stall. And, you know, like, I'll come back later, you know?
Well, and I mean, I've seen other plazas do this before. They've got, you know, you walk in and there's like this sector, and they'll shut one down.
Right.
They'll drop the zombie apocalypse gate.
Right.
So some guy can go in there and, you know, spray peanuts and stuff off the inner walls of the can or whatever.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. He just goes in with a power washer and head to toes it. Yeah.
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 I mean, what are you doing? It was like high noon.
It would have been great if you would have been like, what are you doing? Right? It's like,
I should have grabbed his hand and caressed it.
You have soft hands. Well, yeah.
No, actually, not, because when I got out, I was washing my hands and I saw a dude clean the stall. I'm like, wow, that guy is a class A ghoul. Like, I'm surprised, you know, goddamn Men in Black aren't here and asking about the universe and stuff.
Yeah, well, give it time.
He was a creep show.
Maybe they still will.
Oh my god.
I kind of
it threw me off completely.
I kind of feel like you should be on some show where your face is blurred out and your voice is changed while you're telling the story. You know?
I kind of think so too.
Yeah, like, you know, it's something that usually would lead to something much worse on like Unsolved Mysteries. You know?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
The case of the truck stop fingering or something.
Yeah.
That's a terrible Hardy Boys book.
Right. Like you stand up and you need some help shaking. You're like, whoa, dude. Like,
easy.
Boundaries.
Easy. It just ends up he has Parkinson's.
Aw. Now we're all sad.
That's fine.
Way to go, Tony.
So I had that happen.
Okay.
And then over the weekend, I'm out there doing my yard work thing.
Right.
And we had always a little...
Which means you're out there dropping a deuce in your yard.
Well, yeah, exactly. Reading the paper, right in front of yard.
Sure.
But,
it looks like you're sitting in like a lawn chair, but
yeah.
but you're actually you're shitting. Yeah.
Deep squats.
Yeah. Gotta have proper
loosen
form.
up the hammies.
That's right. Proper form is important.
Proper form.
You don't want to hurt yourself. Yep.
We had a bunch of like little shitty baby trees growing. I'm like, I gotta hack these fuckers down. So I'm out there with the chainsaw,
You'll do that
doing
to
my
babies.
thing.
Yep.
And my crazy neighbor comes over. And I'm like,
by the way, it's like I think every time you tell a My Crazy Neighbor story, I feel like you should start making notes of these because these should be a best of. Because and I would love to see like this as a sitcom. You know, My Crazy Neighbor. Yeah. It's like the worst case scenario. It's like, it's the opposite, or it's the alternate universe of like, oh God, I can't think of the name of the show now. Shit. With Tim Allen and,
Home Improvement.
Home Improvement. Jeez, I couldn't think of the name of the show.
With, what was it, Wilson?
Wilson was his neighbor. Yeah, this is like the alternate universe thing where instead of being a nice neighbor, he's just some creep, you know?
Some ghoul, yeah. Class A ghoul again.
Class A ghoul, right.
But yeah, this guy, well, I swore, because I was dragging some of the trees over to our big burn pile, and I had my headphones in, and out of the corner of my eye, I saw him walking through his yard and kind of like waving and shit, but I'm like, do not engage.
Right.
Do not engage.
Yep.
You know, so I come.
And then he came over and changed the toilet paper.
That son of a bitch.
And then told you, did you know toilet paper was invented back in, anyway.
Yeah. Hey man.
Doing a callback there. Whew.
Yeah. So I come back around through the front yard and I see him and he's in his yard, but he's just sitting in the grass.
Sure.
And, you know, he's looking at me, so I'm like, so I wave and I take my earbud out, you know, hey, how's it going? And of course then he walks in the yard, starts talking to me.
Of course, yeah.
He's like, hey man, I heard you got the chainsaw. Is there any way you can chop some of these branches on the tree? Cause we're pulling on the road, we can't really see, which is an acceptable request.
Sure, yeah.
Cause they were hanging low. I'm like, you know what? No problem, buddy. I got that.
Not to mention, it gives you an opportunity to fuck around with the chainsaw some more.
It's always fun.
You'd be like, if he came up to you and was like, hey man, can you just rev the chainsaw for a few minutes? You'd be like, done. You know?
Like, there, enough?
Yeah. It's like, no, and you're not quite there yet. Anyway.
But then the dude starts, he just wants to talk.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, normally because I think I said something about, like, if I had a pole saw, because I was like, I got to get the ladder because it's too tall for me to reach and yada yada. He's like,
no, you don't. Come on, Tony. All you got to do is start the chainsaw and just throw it in the air towards the branch. It'll do the work for you.
I should ask him to catch it, too, to be honest.
Yeah, no problem. I see. They do it all the time on TV. They catch chainsaws all the time. It's clearly easy to do.
This is true.
Yeah.
And, well, I'm going to say, I don't know how, because he lives, he lives at home, which is fine, because he's severely disabled since a fucking dumpster fell on him, because I've heard the story 3 times now.
Right, yeah.
But I don't know how him or his mom are still alive. Because I was mowing grass before the chainsawing, and I saw the old lady go out to check the mail, and I was like, whoa, because I thought it was a horror movie.
Yeah.
I didn't know what was going on.
Right.
Like, someone needed a Ghostbuster trap, throw at her feet. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
He doesn't look much better.
Right.
So, but he's talking about these like, if I used to have a sod, I'd come out here and help you, but I just can't reach above my head. I'm like, oh, okay. No, I'm not sure. I'm trying to get this conversation over as soon as I can.
I can tell you how to get the conversation over quicker. Pick up the chainsaw. Yeah. Even if you don't use it on him, you just start it because it's so loud.
You're like, I learned this playing Doom 2.
Yep.
But he lifts his shirt up. And he's got all these tape and bandages on his, like, side.
Uh-huh.
And he's like, I snapped a few ribs last week.
Right.
I'm like, oh, how'd you do that? He's like, I was trying to fix my truck. Okay. And then he's like, Ma says I should go to the hospital, but I'm like, they're just going to tape me up, so I didn't bother.
Actually, they won't even tape you up. They don't do that anymore. Yeah. I don't think, anyway.
I don't know.
Yeah. All they probably do is run like some x-rays to make sure it's not like puncturing a lung or something, you know?
We could only hope it would be. Although there's probably nothing that could pierce that tarred up lung because he smokes all the time.
Right.
It'd be like trying to, like take a blunt stick and pierce a basketball.
Well, I can do that, no problem.
You see the video where they like rhino line a watermelon and throw it off a tower and it just bounces? That's his lung.
That is disgusting.
Yeah.
Ooh. Oddly enough, not the most disgusting thing we've talked about on the show.
It's probably going to get worse. Because I need a sip of bourbon. Because then he goes, my knee. And then the dumpster story, I broke my neck and my back and my knee. And he's like, I have a hard time. Well, sometimes I'll walk and my knee just goes sideways. Mm-hmm. But the doctors won't fix it. I'm like, oh, that sucks. Just once again, just trying to,
Yeah, just like, I have a chainsaw.
Yeah, I'm like, exactly. Like, let me do my, let me get back to work. But you just won't shut the fuck up.
Right.
The reason the doctors won't fix it, it's because I got this infection in my mouth. And until that clears up, they won't work on my knee. It's because my teeth snapped off at my gums.
Oh my.
How are you alive?
Jeez.
Right?
Also, how are they not fixing that? Like, if your teeth is all stuck like that, it seems like maybe they should, get them out of there. That doesn't seem healthy.
I don't know. I mean, I hate to be this guy, but there's going to be a day when I'm taking the garbage out and the fucking county coroner is going to be over there, and I might fist pump.
Wow. It'd be like the end of Breakfast Club or whatever.
Exactly. I mean, I just can't stand them as neighbors. I'll be honest.
Yeah. Yeah.
And maybe if they minded their business, but they're always coming over. Well, not they. He's always coming over.
Mm.
And like even today, I'm sitting inside. We just finished dinner. I was working out, trying to get my swole on before the podcast, just for you, Brian.
Right, doing some push-ups. I get it.
Yep, exactly.
Same thing I was doing. Yeah.
But I hear my dog outside barking, so I'm like, what the fuck? I better go let her in. I go outside, and she's at the other end of her running line. Then I can see the line stretched out towards the neighbor's yard, just barking. Roar, roar. And then I'm like, hey, get out, and she listens.
Right.
Thank God. Because the other night I let her out and she just took off running, must have something in her yard.
Oh, fun.
Yeah, but she listens real well.
Probably just a hobo that got loose or something. No big deal.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Just add them to a pile of hobos.
Yeah, exactly. I was like, to her it's a rabbit, so whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
Mm.
But I could just hear them out there just, hooting and hollering. And I mean, these people, because, people don't know I live in my grandmother's house, but, it's been passed through the family now.
Yeah.
And I was telling Mom about this, the interaction I have with this maniac,
Yeah.
His teeth and his knee. And this family's been living here since my mom was a kid.
Oh, wow.
It's just because it's the same thing. It's a family house.
I have a feeling that this is like an American Horror Story thing. This family doesn't actually exist, and they're just haunting you.
Maybe. It very well might be.
They've been haunting your family for years. Somewhere way, way back, your family wronged them or something. I don't know. Maybe your family's responsible for the dumpster thing. I don't know. Like they got tired of listening to them.
If that's the case, I would love to time travel and aim a little better. Do the job proper.
Oh, that's terrible and hilarious.
like
no, more to the left.
Yeah, like whoa, easy.
Yeah.
Hold on. 3 degrees. Drop it.
Yeah, you're out there like doing the maths on it.
Out there giving the old construction hand signals.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, because let's be honest, it really should have looked like a big pile of Jell-O under that dumpster.
You would think so, yeah.
Because that would ease my current pain.
It's not like dumpsters are light, so yeah, you would think they would. That's something, all right.
It's just always every time I see them on their yard, it's like fuck. I just avoid all eye contact.
Mm-hmm.
I might wave. If they wave, I'll wave. But usually I'm mowing the grass, my earbuds in, so I'm like, he shouldn't come talk. That was just a special day for me.
Yep.
That's why I want to move my fire pit too. So when I have a nice fire, it's not 10 feet from their yard.
Oh yeah.
Through a line of bushes you can't even see through.
Yeah.
That they somehow come crashing through like they're the Viet Cong. I need to set up tripwires and flares.
Yeah, I was gonna say what you need to do is just put some razor wire inside those bushes.
Claymores.
Yeah, or claymores. Then you got to replace the bushes, though. I mean,
that's true.
Yeah.
We're eventually going to cut them down anyway.
Oh, okay.
They're really shitty bushes.
No worries then. Then it's just a preemptive thing. Just be like, we were going to take those out with the claymores, and
I can't help it. This maniac stumbled into them.
Yeah, I mean, what are you going to do? Shouldn't have been in my yard.
I know, right? The only thing that's left is his perfectly preserved lungs.
Although you do know that if you did something like that, somehow you would be the one stumbling into the bushes and.
Yeah, probably. My luck, it would be something like that.
Some night you're out there with the dog and you're like, I had to do my piss thing. You go over,
anyway.
And next thing you know, you trip on something headfirst into the claymore and,
Yep.
And next thing you know, this show becomes hashtag more Brian.
Boy, does it. Boy, does it.
Yeah. Like, huh. Katy Perry was right. Tony was a firework.
Goddamn Katy Perry. That's hilarious. That's so funny. I need some more ice cubes and some more bourbon.
Oh, everyone's drinking now.
I got a few cubes of bourbon here.
Oh, wait, you didn't
my God, a few cubes of bourbon. I'm tired, too.
Cubes of bourbon sound delicious, but I don't know how you're going to...
bourbon cubes? Oh, my God. I just poured water on my crotch.
Well, you'll do that. Hey, listen, at least it wasn't bourbon. I mean, then you'd have to, like, you know, start trying to suck the bourbon out of whatever you're wearing.
Well, it's Under Armour, so it does wick away.
Well, that's no good. Wick it to the floor? Damn it. Oh, man.
That's true. I wish I had an ice chest in here. That would make my cocktail making so much easier.
Yeah, it would. It would.
Instead of just a thermal mug with ice cubes in it.
Yeah. I think that every time I bring beers in here, whether it's for doing this or, you know, whatever, it's like if I have, you know, 4 or 10 beers, you know, it's like I wish I had
beer math.
Yeah, it's like I wish I had a better way to keep them cold in here. It's like I need a mini fridge. There's a space for it right here under my desk. It'd be perfect for a mini fridge. And I've got an outlet right there. So, I mean, it's just waiting to happen.
What the fuck are you waiting for?
Yeah, well, someone to buy me a mini fridge.
Oh, get on it, people. Yeah. Amazon.com.
Boom.
Just make sure you go saltylanguage.com first, though.
Yeah, perfect. How convenient.
How convenient.
Yeah. Then I can have delicious cold, you know, drinks while I'm doing the podcast.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. I do real quick have to thank our pals, Neil and Annalise at the Daft Pod. Mm-hmm. Because on their latest show, they were talking about some sort of Groupon Bluetooth headset.
Yeah.
Like earbuds.
Right.
And I'm like, damn, I could go for some Bluetooth earbuds. Let me see how much they are. And they were ridiculously cheap. And we ordered 2 pairs. I actually got a pair for Logan, too.
Yeah.
And they are phenomenal earbuds.
Yeah.
And now I'm in the space age with no wires.
See, yeah, I was thinking about that. I kind of want a set of them myself. So
if they're still on the Groupon, they're like normally, I think, $80 earbuds for like $13.
Yeah, wow. That is crazy. They're probably not still on there.
We just ordered them like 2 days ago.
Oh, okay. I was going to say, wasn't that like a week ago? Okay. Fair enough. I'll have to.
They're pretty sick, and I mean, they're like, once again, going back to yard work, I'm out there mowing and shit and chainsawing. I always get wires caught up on things. It's a problem.
And you're talking about your braces.
Yes.
Yeah.
Knee braces.
Oh, yeah. Well,
because all that polio.
Let's not go back into that. We don't need to be talking about F throwing the DR, you know?
What do you mean?
Oh, man. You know what we mentioned a little bit ago about the CM Punk's first fight, you know?
Yes.
And what a shit show that was. But, you know, Mickey Gall just handled him, as I think most people thought was going to happen. But did you see, like, they released the amount for the purses for that fight? Or for the whole pay-per-view?
No, I did not see that.
No? Okay. So, if I tell you that CM Punk made $500,000, how much would you think Mickey Gall made as the winner of the fight and the, you know, established veteran?
Oh, God. You know, I would hope he made more, but I know he didn't.
Yeah, absolutely not. Because CM Punk is a draw for the pay-per-view.
He's a name.
I mean, let's be honest. It's that. Mickey Gall made $30,000.
Oh, that is disgraceful.
Right? Yeah. And
that is fucking disgraceful.
We talk. It's funny. Heno and I talked about it a little bit. We oddly enough talked about UFC on the upcoming episode of The Crazy Life.
That's hilarious. Yeah, I like that.
I talked about this a little bit because, you know, again, obviously CM Punk is the draw. You know, he's a big name on the card. But here's some fun. The main event of the night was Stipe Miocic, who was the heavyweight champ, against Alistair Overeem. Right. Want to take a guess at what Miocic earned as the champion?
Oh, God. I don't even know.
All right. 600,000.
See, I was going to say $1 million, but that seemed like way too high.
Yeah. Overeem made 800,000. because Overeem is the bigger name, even though it's like
he's been around for a while too.
Yeah.
He's kind of like the established veteran,
right? Whereas Miocic surprised some people when he won the title, but he's been, it's the reason we talked about in the Crazy Life was we were talking about like, is putting yourself in harm's way worth it, basically? And it's like looking at what Mickey Gall made. It's like, dude, that's not a lot of money, because again, out of that money, he's got to pay a camp too.
Yeah, camp, manager.
Yeah, it's not all like fresh into his pocket and it's just time to hit the titty bar. It's, he's not buying Tom's Foolery bourbon,
Damn straight. Chagrin Falls or whatever the hell I said.
Yeah, well, it's funny too because the event was in Ohio.
Yeah.
I forgot.
I have a serious problem with the whole CM Punk pay thing. I get he's a name. Mm-hmm. But it's his first fight.
Well, and it's funny because part of the reason he went to the UFC to take this kind of fight is because they made him an offer he couldn't refuse. It was a good, and I think that was the thing is most experts basically are like, he has no business stepping into the octagon with a guy like Mickey Gall, even though most people probably have no idea who Mickey Gall is,
Right.
But the fact is Mickey Gall has fought, plenty of fights. He's a seasoned veteran, if you will, and this isn't a jobber. It doesn't work like pro wrestling or something. And, not that I'm saying CM Punk thought it would. He knew he was in over his head, basically. And all he did was the best he could,
Right.
And, but what happens is that most people, when they go, I'm going to be an MMA fighter, they don't all of a sudden, they're not on the main card of a pay-per-view. They generally have to kind of get a few fights under their belt and show something, and then they move
their way up.
Yeah. And that's kind of where I think in the end it made everybody kind of look bad except like Mickey Gall, like he looked phenomenal in the fight. I think it kind of made UFC look bad because like who made this fight, and it made CM Punk kind of look bad because a lot of people are, he should just give it up now. And, it's like, no, he shouldn't. He got in there. Now he knows what it's like. Everybody got to see what his chin looked like a little bit. Clearly he needs some work on his ground game because Gall took his legs real quick, but, but then, like I said, you see that money and it's like, man, especially when you see Overeem and Miocic making almost the same, especially Miocic, man. Miocic and CM Punk almost made the same money.
Yeah, which is crazy. And
Miocic was walking out of there with the gold, walked in and out with the gold, in fact, Hopefully, I would assume his next fight will be, the more fights he wins, the more of a draw he becomes, but it's, yeah, it's so weird.
That just seems bizarre to me.
Doesn't it? Yeah.
Because, I don't know. Yeah. I understand the whole business end of it, but it's like promoting the schlep that you just hired to being a manager.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah. That $30,000 for Mickey Gall, I didn't catch this before when I looked at this, includes a $15,000 win bonus. So had he lost, he would have only made $15,000 on the fight.
Oh my God.
Whereas CM Punk was walking out of there with $500,000 either way, plus probably the win bonus. Yeah, I was looking a little lower because it shows Verdum made $375,000, which included a $125,000 win bonus. And he beat Travis Brown, who made $120,000. And then the CM Punk fight was the next one down. Then Jimmy Rivera made $48,000, which included a $24,000 win bonus. He beat Uriah Faber, who made $160,000. And I'll be honest, I have zero problem with Faber making that money because
he's put in his dues.
He's also made UFC. He makes and has made UFC a lot of money. So
definitely.
Yeah, and it's tough though because you do look at it, but it's like, man, when you look at some of these breakdowns, it's like if you go all the way to the low part of the card, the dude who won the fight got $38,000, which included a $19,000 win bonus. And the guy he defeated, Jason Gonzalez, made $10,000. And I know these things sound like a lot of money, but again, these guys all have to pay camps, managers, travel expenses, hotel, like all these things it's not cheap. I've never looked. I wonder what it costs, the average camp cost. I'm sure it isn't cheap.
I think it depends on who they are.
Well, true. But, let's say a middle range guy kind of a thing,
right.
It probably, but man, it's just, for what they're taking, I bring this up because, a lot of people seem to think they make a ton of money, And
yeah, they really don't.
Well, and the thing is, a lot of these guys fight. That's why you see some of these guys fight 3 times in a year, you know, because they're trying to make like 50 or 60 grand on the year. And that's the only way they can hit that number, you know, and unless they're the bigger guys. And that's also why you see some of the bigger names only fight once a year, because they don't have to fight 3 times to make, you know, poverty level. You know? There
you go. Training camp costs between $8,000 to $12,000.
Okay, so if Mickey Gall walked out with 30 grand, and let's say 8 grand even, that still drops him down to 22 before, you know, well, taxes come off first or whatever, or that's in the taxable range, you know, so that's a good chunk of money that he's not going to make. Luckily, he got the win bonus, you know.
This article I found that, you know, I got the figures for the training camp costs.
Yeah.
It basically breaks down, what's this guy's name? Josh Chol, I don't know.
Okay.
I'm not going to try to pronounce his name. It's an article from like 3 years ago.
Okay.
But it talks about him going to Brazil to fight and how much it costs. And it says, let me scroll to the bottom here, that basically for him to fight in Brazil, and he won, it cost him $6,000 out of pocket.
Yeah.
Because the money he made all went to training camps, travel, taxes, food, supplements, everything. So it cost him money to fight in Brazil.
Which is crazy. Yeah.
Right?
And I guess the only way you can look at that is similar to like pro wrestlers who, you know, they wrestle in like school gyms for like $20, and they do it because it's paying your dues basically, you know,
right?
Like you're hoping that down the road you'll make $500,000 off of a fight or whatever, you know.
That's why it's kind of odd the whole CM Punk thing, because he comes from that world, and I know he's an established like celebrity, but to walk into the UFC and make $500,000 on their first fight just seems wild.
And it's simply based on they know they'll get pay-per-view buys. Like, they'll recoup their money, no problem on him, you know? Because people were either getting that pay-per-view to watch him get his ass kicked or in hopes that he would do well. Like, you know, either way, people are tuning in, you know? Same with, like, Lesnar on 200, you know? There were a lot of people that were hoping Lesnar would get his ass kicked, you know?
Right.
So,
yeah.
But
it's pretty wild.
Yeah. So I just wanted to bring that up because I knew, you know, we've talked before about some of the monies that are made, and it's like, I don't hate on CM Punk about it. I mean, listen, if UFC came to me and I was going to do MMA and they were like, hey, we'll pay you this kind of money, you know, he doesn't need the money, but why wouldn't you take the money? You know?
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, you know, so I'm very curious to see for the next one if it gets promoted the way this one did, because this one was the first fight, you know, and it got a lot of promotion. You know, it got more promotion than the Miocic Overeem match did, you know.
Does he get a second fight?
Yeah, he'll get another fight. I think I think he signed a multiple fight deal with UFC.
Fair enough.
I just don't think he'll get on a pay-per-view card, or if he does, it's going to be way down the card.
Yeah.
Although he might still draw enough. If they think he'll draw, they'll put him up there. You know,
like here's my thing. Say he gets he gets another fight, and it's another pay-per-view fight, and he loses again. They almost have to cut him.
Yeah, you almost do, because they don't really have I don't think UFC's they don't have like a minor leagues, you know, or a training type thing. Like you used to be able to, he would have went to like WEC,
right? When
they owned WEC, you know, they would have probably started him there and let him get a couple fights under his belt and then bring him up to UFC for whatever. And, you know, I don't know. You might be right. It's tough. Like if he gets another fight, if he fights another fight, you know, and from the way his talk sounds like he's all in, you know, but it's like, you know, he's got age against him, and he's just got, there's so many things against him that, you know, it's like, I was just hoping he would come out and look, you know, hold his own basically. And he didn't. Yeah, Gall just took him apart, and, you know, it just showed how far he still has to go, you know, and like I said, it's just from a perspective of, if we were sitting at the bar watching a pay-per-view and that fight had no business being on there, you know, but we've seen fights like that. You've seen fights like that no matter who it is. Like some guys just outmatched, but I don't know.
Well, sometimes it's just a lucky punch too, and the fight's over.
True,
like,
right? And that's the thing is,
but,
you know,
I mean, I haven't watched any of the highlights.
Yeah.
But from what I heard, it wasn't a lucky punch.
Oh, no. Like I said, Gull took him apart. He took his legs and then got his back and choked him out. I mean, it was...
Yeah, so it kind of sounds like he schooled him a little bit in the UFC.
It didn't take very long either. It wasn't a real long fight. Yeah, he basically did. And it's, you know, and again, Punk was totally humble in his loss and like, hey, I got my ass kicked, but I'm coming back. And, you know, so it's, you know, at least he wasn't, you know, like, suck it, losers. You know, it wasn't anything like that.
Yeah, at least there's that, I guess.
Yeah. Yep. All right, let's move on. So, have you watched? There's a show on FX called Atlanta. It's Donald Glover's new show. Have you?
I have not seen it.
No, I've watched the first 3 episodes of it, and I'm really digging it. It's not. There's jokes in it, but it's not really a comedy, and. You know, it's like he's a kind of a down on his luck guy who can't really figure out what he wants to do. And his cousin is kind of on the cusp of stardom as a rapper. You know, and it's like that he wants to be his cousin's manager and stuff. And it's kind of like them going through their, you know, just everyday life. And, you know, like so far it hasn't really ballooned into much else, but it's kind of pointing that way. But it's just, you know, like on the new episode, he takes his girlfriend out, tells her he wants to take her out to dinner. He gets his paycheck, which is commission based, and it's like $90-some bucks. And they go to this kind of high end place, and the server is just upselling everything, you know, kind of a thing. And you can just see him. And at one point, he like runs over to the bar and was like, "Hey man, can you run my tab? Because, you know, I'm getting killed." You know, like he just wanted to know where he was at money wise on the night, you know, kind of a thing. But it's a hard show to really explain and sell to people, but it's good. Like, I really like it.
I like Donald Glover.
Yeah, he's great. And again, he's the like executive producer, director, whatever. He's written, I think, 2 of the 3 episodes. You know, and like I said, there's jokes in there that are Donald Glover jokes. Like, you can tell it's his type of humor, but it's not like an overt. Like I said, it's not a comedy, really, but there are good moments in there that have made me laugh, you know. So I don't know.
It's called Atlanta on FX.
Yeah, Atlanta, like the city. So, like I said,
I'll have to see
again, I'm probably not doing a great job of selling it, but speaking of watching things, did you get to watch the Decay or Delete? Or Delete or Decay,
you know what? God damn it. I put it on our website with the intention of watching it, and I never watched it. I
want to at least do a quick update on this. If you listened last week, and I was like, it felt weird because there was stuff I had heard about that wasn't in it. The video Tony put up, which I found was the director's cut, which has way more stuff in it, like Jeff Hardy sparring with a kangaroo. I'm sorry, Brother Nero sparring with a kangaroo. They're at Matt's personal zoo, and he's introducing these animals, and these animals have the soul of, like, I think it's a giraffe that has the soul of George Washington. And it's ridiculous.
They're already established. I'll fuck that giraffe up.
It's ridiculous.
I'll knock those wood teeth out of its stupid head.
I understand. But anyway, it's even more ridiculous than I described it last week. You know,
that's pretty ridiculous.
Oh, the opening part is so over the top. Like with the zoo, the zoo part is so good. It's so ridiculous. So yeah. Anyway, so definitely, if you haven't watched it, and you're like, what? No, really, you should have a watch because it's 20 minutes, but it's something. Especially if you've enjoyed the other parts of it we've talked about. It
sounds like it might be sick to the power of rad.
It's broken.
Oh, jeez. Straight up broken.
Broken, yeah. So, so there's a quick update on that. Let's see, what else? I think that's all I've got.
Oh, I got some I got some real horse shit.
Let's do it.
Well, first off, rewind. Let's talk about the new iOS update.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Because this kind of has something to do with it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So iOS 10 came out. We're both iPhone guys. I know there's people listening that are Android peeps. Sorry. Fast forward. I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah.
But what do you feel about how you feeling about this new iOS?
There's one thing I absolutely hate more than life itself. No, it's like one thing they changed that I really hate is now you have to hit home twice to pull up your keypad for like your lock screen. Whereas in the past it was you'd hit home and then swipe right. And and I've been using an iPhone for years now. So it's ingrained in me that when I grab my phone, I hit home and then I immediately swipe right to pull up so I can type in my code. And now I have to hit the button twice instead. And it has taken me, I am getting better, but it's still, almost every day I'm doing it multiple times. I'm like, man,
Yeah, I hear you. But I've got the thumbprint reader on mine.
Yeah, which I don't on mine.
So I got used to the fact that I could just put my thumb on it, and it would just unlock my phone.
Right.
Now I put my thumb on it, and then at the very tippy top by the clock, it just says unlocked. And then I have to hit the home button to actually unlock it, to open it.
Oh, really?
So I sit there like a complete asshole staring at my phone like, why is it? Oh, it's because I'm not.
Yeah. So you're going through the same thing, essentially. It's just a different version of it.
Same but different.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Be different. Or think different. That's what it was.
I mean, there's some stuff I do appreciate. I do enjoy in the update.
Yep.
Just like dopey shit. Like I like the in text GIF search now.
Yeah.
And you can add other apps to your text. So like I can put Yelp in it. So I'm like, hey, honey, this restaurant sounds sick, and I'll send her a Yelp thing of it. That's cool.
Yeah.
I like the fact that I can flip it sideways and do some like you can draw.
Yeah.
Which is pretty cool.
Yep. And again, right inside the text, they put a camera in there so you don't have to back out of your text, pull up the camera, and then do it. You can just right
snap.
there, right in it. And that's so convenient. It's about time.
Yeah. So there's definitely some things about it I like.
Yeah.
But I mean, there's other things like I don't like the fact they put another app in there that I'm not going to use, the Home app.
Did you see that you can get rid of a lot of the apps, though?
Really?
You can get rid of stocks and money or whatever. I got rid of like 4 or 5 apps that are the Apple apps.
I'm looking at my phone right now. Yeah, those apps are doomed.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Yeah, I pretty much got rid of anything I don't use and don't want on there, But yeah, you're right. The Home one you can't get rid of, I think. So
I mean, I have a folder in my phone that's just called shit.
Yeah.
And see, the apps that are preloaded I don't use. I just dump them in there so they're out of my sight.
Right. And the worst part about like that Home app is it is not something I'm ever going to use. Because it's meant for you know what? Looking at my phone right now, I can get rid of it.
Oh, there you go.
So,
I mean, if I had a Nest or if I had a crock pot that was Wi-Fi enabled or, a ball tickler that was hooked to my printer or whatever.
You mean a Resticle? A Resticler.
Yes.
So this week's episode will be called Resticler. No.
Oh, it's Batman's worst villain.
Oh.
The Resticler.
What does he do? Well, he lulls you into sitting on him, and then he tickles your balls.
He just tickles your balls.
That's
it's
it.
Weird.
That's all he does. Like, I don't like being tickled. Exactly. That's why he's a villain.
It's even weirder because he's beating off the whole time.
Oh, it's just, yeah, furiously.
Anywho. Mm-hmm. But I'm not a huge fan of the fact when I'm typing text to people that it's like, oh, here's some emojis you can use.
Yeah, I hate that.
Like, I've kind of embraced the emoji a little more.
Yeah, I have too, but
I don't need you to fucking suggest an emoji for me.
Right.
I typed phone. Here's a picture of an iPhone you can replace it with. Oh, fuck you.
Yeah. Here's a question. Have you noticed that some of your autocorrect stuff has reset?
No, I have not.
I've noticed with like people's names and a few other things that Like there's someone I talk to in one of the groups, and her name's Kat, and every time I type her name now, it autocorrects to K. K-A-Y.
Really?
Yeah, and it didn't
Son
before
of a bitch.
because it was using predictive text and going, oh, this guy types Kat way more than he types K, so K should not be the default, autocorrect. The way the thing is supposed to work. And now...
Thanks, Steve Jobs.
There's a few things that I've noticed that it seems like autocorrect has kind of reset, and I'm like, ugh, now I have to teach it again.
Yeah, I have to relearn.
And it took it a while to do it the first time, because of how weird the autocorrect is on some of that. Yeah, I didn't know if maybe that's just me or whatever, but yeah.
I don't know. It's all in all, it's all right, but
yeah, it's fine. Some stuff, yeah. I'm not going to be. I don't give a shit about the secret text or whatever. Where you have to rub over the screen to unveil text. It's like. Yeah, okay. That's great for sexting.
Oh, yeah.
But,
the invisible ink shit, I think they call it.
Yeah. Fun for kids and, people sexting. But otherwise, meh. I don't know. It just doesn't do anything for me. And the other thing where it's like, how you can, if you hit the arrow and it'll be like, oh, there's an emoji for that, and you can replace it. It's like, I don't give a fuck.
I'm good, buddy. If I wanted an emoji, I would have put the goddamn emoji in there.
Exactly.
Send my text.
Yeah.
Cunt.
Now, I will say this: the only thing about that I do like is if you're like, oh, I want to put the guy in a horse emoji in there. If you type horse, it'll come up versus having to sift through the pages to find the horse.
I will agree with that.
That's the only way I like that. Otherwise, it can go fuck itself. I'm with you on that. But yeah, other than that, it's like, I've read online and people are like, oh, it runs so much faster. And it's like, I don't know, maybe on the newer phone, maybe on the 6s it runs faster, but it seems to run the same speed on mine.
Yeah, the only thing I've noticed is faster is when you swipe right, and you just pull up the camera from your lock screen.
Yeah, I'll give you that.
It pops it up a lot quicker than it used to.
Yeah, there are a few things. You're right. I didn't think about that. There are a few things like that do seem to load faster. So,
and I do like. At first, I didn't like the notifications because they're like big bubbles on your screen.
How do you think I feel? I don't have the horse of a phone.
You don't have the real estate.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Like on mine, it's like. Half the time, if I'm doing something, man, that's almost a third of my screen that those notifications take up.
Right.
That's really intrusive on mine.
It's like at first I didn't like them though.
Yeah.
Well, I'm talking about the ones even on the lock screen.
Yeah. Oh, right.
But I do like the fact that if I get a text, I can respond to the text and see the conversation without unlocking my phone.
Right.
Which I kind of dig that.
Whereas in the past, you had to just look, you could only see 5 words, and that was about it.
And I know I'm really like, oh, geez, I got to unlock my phone and go to my text messages, respond,
Yeah.
I hate to hear about your lack of clean water. Go fuck yourself.
Right, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I get the perspective here.
Yeah, I understand. Those people have it a little rough. We've got real problems here.
I know, right?
Clearly.
Keep mining my lithium for this battery for my sick phone.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I'm with you. It is tough to really sit and bitch about your phone when that's going on in the world, but
right.
Hey, whatever.
Anywho.
Yeah. But we're going to. No.
But so I've been trying to make it like a point in the morning when I'm getting ready, I get ready for work. I usually have a little extra time to sit and have a cup of coffee, and I'll peruse the news, or I've been trying desperately to get more involved in Twitter again because I do enjoy Twitter. Mm-hmm. But I have a big tendency just to be like, fuck it, and just blow it off.
Yeah. I still think really quick, that the news app that they have, like they said they made improvements to how it filters and different stuff. That's still a really good app. I really like that app. So,
and I used to use the news app a lot.
Yeah.
And then I fell off of it. So this week I was like, I'm going to use it. And there's some cool articles I found, like for our friend Michelle, who's going through a lot of autoimmune dieting stuff because her body's trying to kill her.
Sure. I understand what that's like.
She loves gin. I found an article that some guy in England's making gin that is alcohol free, so she could drink it.
Oh, that's weird.
So I passed that along, and I'm like, look at all these cool articles. Mm-hmm. All my articles are booze based. I'm like, oh, I can clearly see how I set this up initially.
Right.
But I came across an article that would have been something that we would have definitely brought up in the heyday of our podcast.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go on a little old school throwback rant.
I got to say, I've noticed we've been doing this off and on, over the last few weeks. And I love that for the most part, it's been one, maybe two articles. Like, we're not crushing the show with it, but it's kind of nice to do these once in a while,
Right.
So, yeah, go ahead.
And the only thing I have to say is I see there's a share, a tweet, a pin, an email, and a nice move, which is like a thumbs up on this website.
Nice move.
I really wish there was a button that was just go fuck yourself.
That's what the nice move button should be.
It should be.
Yeah.
Because this website is total sorority move.
It sounds like a site you would be on.
Right?
Yeah.
I'm like, thanks, News App, for bringing this to my attention.
Right. That's like sitting in a parking lot and someone going, no, if you face that way, the girls in the short shorts will be running by in an hour.
Oh, no. If only it was that enjoyable.
Oh, it's not that kind of sorority site.
No.
Okay.
I'm sure I'm looking at the other articles they post, and it's, just accept that your friend has a fucking boyfriend. 6 tailgate outfits to avoid so you don't distract the players. Oh. It's that kind of website.
Hey, do me a favor. Send that one to me, because I'm tired of distracting the players with my outfits.
Now, how many rules do you think there are to must follow on Instagram? Just give me a guess.
For the article's sake?
Must follow rules.
Must follow.
This isn't even the article I'm talking about. This is a side article.
There's got to be, 50?
You're close. 37.
I should have guessed 37 in a row. Yeah. Or up to or including me. Yeah.
This was posted by Crazy Girlfriend, by the way.
Sure.
Anywho. So, good old Snarky Srat from Total Sorority Move posted this article that I found very intriguing. If guys were Starbucks drinks, Brian.
Oh, Jesus. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I saw it, and I'm like, what the fuck? So I had to click on it, because I thought of the podcast.
Right.
And I don't think I can read all of these.
I'd hope not.
But it's like black coffee. This guy is a man's man. Rugged, wears flannel, smells like Old Spice and the blood of his enemies. That's hilarious, Snarky Srat. Can be found camping in the woods or climbing Mount Everest for the hell of it. I imagine she gets paid something to write this.
Yeah.
Coffee with cream and sugar. This guy's the boy next door. He's exceptionally average. He's always good for a rebound, but nothing serious. Might watch your cat when you're out of town.
He'll come over and fix stuff for you.
Fuck, friend zone Johnny is what we call him.
Right. Is there one on there for someone who won't drink coffee?
Let's hear. Well, we just run down the coffee.
Or a refreshing lime refresher.
Cool lime refresher?
Cool lime refresher.
We got a black coffee, we got coffee, cream, sugar. We already covered those guys.
Mm-hmm.
We got an iced coffee, we got a red eye, we got Americano, we got a vanilla latte, we got a caramel macchiato, we got a hazelnut latte, we got a mocha, we got a frappuccino, we got a smoothie, we got a pumpkin spice latte, we got tea, we got a water, we got, I'll get what you're having, and we got the venti, extra soy, non-fat, low foam cappuccino.
Oh my.
I have a feeling this dumb twat just sat in a Starbucks. Was like, I can make an article off their menu.
Oh, totally.
And just started typing dumb shit.
So, what is the pumpkin spice latte?
He always dresses better than you. You want to hate him, but he's just so darn likable. Good for a seasonal romance, but he'll be gone by the new year.
Oh, I get it, because all the things she said also hold true to the coffee.
Oh my God, there's a picture of her. I'm sure she's an adorable lady, but this picture, she's kissing an inflatable flamingo, and it looks like she could be the flamingo's mate. You have a bird face.
Wow. Damn. Tony's bringing his mean girls out.
I know, right? I'm just so annoyed by shit like this.
I know, right?
Because, like I said, she might not be making much, but she's getting paid to quote-unquote write.
Yeah. Do you know what I don't understand about this stuff? And listen, you know, I understand reading for entertainment's sake and all that kind of shit.
It's not entertaining.
No, let me finish. It's like, what could somebody, like, what can you actually get as a takeaway from that? Like, even if you look at it from an entertainment perspective, what can you get from that? It's just...
I don't know.
Just drivel, you know?
Because I can't imagine there's going to be some, you know, young hottie that's like, you know, just read this article and then I walk in and order my black coffee and be like, oh my God, he's so rugged. Right?
I kind of want there to be, but a pumpkin spice latte finds you rugged, Tony.
Fair enough.
Then what do you do?
I don't know.
Can this happen? Can two
I'll
coffees
be gone by New Year?
Can two coffees like each other?
Maybe.
I need to know. We're gonna have to contact her. Like, let's get her on the Enthusiast.
Well, she just there's her. Oh, I don't want to give out her name, but here's her Instagram.
Yeah,
oh,
let's not
don't
do
post.
that.
You have a picture of a cat. They will eat your face because birds.
Oh, I was like, cats will just eat your face anyway. Eventually, I mean, that's.
But I clicked on her thing.
Mm-hmm.
She's been a member of this website since 7/10/2016, tearing it up.
Wow, she's got tenure, I bet.
My hobbies and interests include everything that won't make me money. Now accepting rich husband applications. She's so
now.
terrible.
What coffee is Rich Husband? I wonder.
I should go. Well, I gotta go back to the article. There might be ones here.
I'm just curious. Is there a Rich Husband coffee? Because I mean, I want to make sure that our listeners know what coffee to go after. No.
I'm quickly skimming. Oh, Ethos Water. This guy's pretentious as fuck, but she just put AF because you gotta keep it clean.
Sure, of course.
Sorority move. And he's not about to stain his new Armani suit. He's richer than you. He's healthier than you, and he's willing to wait in line for a nice labeled water.
All right, so there you go.
Don't you have a bird bath to splash around in?
No, Tony. She's trying to get money for the bird bath. That's why she's writing these things.
Well, I guess I can't shit on her completely because she's only wrote 5 articles.
This really kind of fits
6 articles, I'm sorry.
This really fits into like the BuzzFeed writing type stuff. To where it's just the hottest. It's just stupid. But people will, I don't know how many times online a day I see someone citing a BuzzFeed article.
Right.
And it's like,
Can I pose a question to us?
Yes.
Okay.
This is not a question of the week, right?
No,
Okay.
not. It's not a Q to W.
Okay, I'm just double checking.
What if, Brian?
Yeah.
And I know we say a bunch of shit on our show, and our follow up is nil.
Right.
If we were a Starbucks drink, we'd be a decaf.
You're right. We're all sizzling, no steak.
But what if we changed the saltylanguage.com blog to some dog shit like this?
Like we could make a list of beers that women are and be destroyed because we're sexist. Actually, you know what? Forget. We'll make it guys. That way we don't get attacked.
I want to get attacked. Like, what if your side bitch was a craft beer?
No,
or something.
In fairness, I mean, a side bitch could be of any gender identity. I mean.
Well, true, but I'm just trying to make it extra shitty. It's like, oh my God, he's cheating, and he's calling her a beer? Triggered.
Yeah, see, I don't want to be part of that, but I just don't want to deal with that angry internet part.
Well, no, me neither, but I'm just saying, what if we make dopey-ass blog posts like how to survive a date when you only want to hook up? Does anyone actually like hiking?
All right, really quick. That is the dumbest thing. If a woman only wants a hookup, all she has to do is say, I want a hookup.
Yeah, exactly.
Boom.
It'll look like that scene in the 300 when all the arrows are flying in, but it's dicks.
Yeah. I was going to say, and it'll be Bruce Almighty when he just does the thing back, and it'll just, all his clothes will be off, and he'll be ready to go. And it's like, come on.
For sure.
Like if
FDR will come rolling down the road.
Yeah.
With his dick Segway.
Yeah, he will.
And that article got 426. What do they call them? What's the thumbs up again? Good jobs or something? Nice move.
Yeah.
Nice move. Not a nice move. The nicest move would be if she flew off a cliff like Thelma Louise.
Wow. So we won't
That'd
know
be
what
a
happened
fine
to her?
move.
We won't know what happened to her then?
Actually, I know what happened. She just spread her wings and glide to safety.
Man, you're going hard on her.
I'm so annoyed.
I fully understand. I hate this. It's odd. We talked on The Crazy Life a little bit because I was talking about how I'm annoyed with just news sites in general because they're either all like negative in politics or they're this kind of garbage, you know?
Right.
And it's like I found a news site called, it's like goodnews.org or something like that. And most of their stories have more of a positive spin to them, you know? And it's like, they may not be the most topical, you know, but it's just, you could read through them and not want to like probably put your head through a wall, you know? And it's
Fair enough.
That's more of the news I would like to read, but you know, because I hate this stuff. Cause this is all because of reality TV. Like
it's all just fluff garbage.
Yeah. And it's like, why am I reading this? And it's not that everything I read has to be intellectual. It's just like, this is just dumb. Like, this isn't even funny. It's just like, from a comedy perspective, it's hack. It's not good. You know? I just don't understand it.
I want people to occasionally check saltylanguage.com.
Tony's going to start putting scandalous blogs up now.
I have the app on my phone that'll allow me to post blog posts from my phone. Same app you guys could talk to me with, but you haven't. I keep getting visitors because it alerts me. Well, but no one talks.
Tony, well, in fairness, Tony, you terrify people. I mean,
that's true.
You're too black coffee for them.
I'm way too black coffee.
Way too black coffee. You know,
I know.
You're too rugged. You know.
Sorry, jeez.
I keep telling you. You got to dial that ruggedness back.
Apparently. Less Old Spice.
That's not possible. I mean, you know.
But I'm going to attempt to post, and I'm going to call every post, and it'll be like volume 1 through whatever, fluff garbage bullshit, volume 1. I will post something at some point.
I love this idea. I love this idea a lot, actually, because I really think that it's time for you and I to maybe start actually applying ourselves once in a while instead of just talking big game. Like, we're just crushing this, but it's like, okay, well, where's your shit that's any better?
Yeah, good point. Yeah, we just smacked her in the beak for like 15 minutes straight, but, you know.
Meanwhile, we're doing nothing. Yeah, so.
Yeah. I'm closing this website.
You need to call. Here's what you need to do. You need to take a nice long draw off that, you know, glass of bourbon you got there.
Right.
Settle down. You're getting all frisky. You need to calm down.
It's just, you know, it was first thing in the morning. I was like relaxed and drinking my coffee. And I was basically like, what the fuck when I saw this?
Yeah. Oh, actually, you know what? Don't calm down because we have another story that's going to get us both all angried up. So.
Oh. Well, excellent.
Yeah.
I'm closing this tab.
Okay. Though. You actually have it, I think, because you said you looked it up.
Oh, Jesus. I know what you're talking about now, Brian.
Yeah.
Because it's mind-boggling to you, yeah.
This is mind-boggling.
Oh, for sure.
In the great state of Michigan, I like to call it the beer mitten.
Yeah. The beer mitten.
The beer mitten.
That's a name, all right.
Some asshole is proposing that they raise the beer tax by 244%.
Now, out of curiosity, does it give the specifics of what it is? Because that sounds like a huge amount, but actual money, I'm curious what it is, like per beer or something like that. Does it say?
5 cents for 12-ounce can.
Okay.
Which isn't terrible.
Yeah.
But go fuck yourself.
Yeah.
Because the reason, and this isn't the reason, they just want more monies. They see
obviously.
all the beer going on in Michigan.
Yep, that's exactly what it is.
Like, look at all this monies we're not accessing. We should go fuck those guys. Let's go. They'll hike their pants down and come on over.
They're like, ooh, this one looks rugged. Yeah.
Exactly. and the reason they're citing is because a hooker, I think his name's John Hooker, Tom Hooker, either way he's a cunt.
Fair enough.
He says alcohol has its own set of societal costs, and this bill would help address that. If you think of all the traffic accidents or alcohol-related and deaths that occur as a result of it, I think it's obvious that something needs to be done, says Hooker. Now, I agree. Yeah. Drunk driving and all that, no bueno.
No bueno, right.
No bueno.
Mm-hmm.
But
this is not going to stop people from
drinking. It's not going to stop it.
No.
And it's really, the craft brew industry in Michigan is huge, and it just seems like a cash grab.
Yeah. Well, the other side of it, too, is if it is going to hurt anybody, it would hurt the industry within your own state.
Exactly.
It's not like this is, we're just going to tax beer more, and that money's going out to Anheuser-Busch or whatever they're called now, and, bigger companies or something. Like, this is going to, strongly affect the local beer places, because now they're going to have to charge more money for their beer. And even though it's a nickel, it's still more money for beer. More. And craft beer is already not cheap. And it's like, I understand, they tax the hell out of cigarettes. I totally get it,
I mean, we've both paid upwards of $16 or more for a 4-pack.
Yeah, we're not smart. But it was
But
delicious.
We have good taste.
Yeah. It's just...
It's just like you were just saying, it's going to hurt the industry more.
Yeah. There's other things that could be taxed, and I don't really want to necessarily get into a soapbox thing, but there's other places that tax money could come from that's not beer. And, again, I guess in the long run, I don't know. It's if you're going to I almost feel like what they should do is tax out-of-state beer,
One, hilarious.
Yeah. And
be like, fuck
hey,
you, we're the beer mitten.
Right? Like drink Michigan beer or pay more money. I don't think you can legally do that, but maybe they can. I really don't know, because I don't know that law, but it's like it's like encourage people, if you're going to drink, at least drink home beer and Michigan beer, not big beers or whatever. But no, like I said, they can't really do that, but it's just, I don't know. And it isn't even about, like, it's not like with me, it's like, look, if it's 5 cents, but if it's 5 cents more a can, if you buy a 30-pack,
right.
It's not a lot more, but it does add up. Yeah, exactly. And again, I know people who smoke are probably like, quit drinking or whatever, because that's what people told cigarette smokers. But again, it's, like in Michigan, it's like, it's, that's not the big industry. Whereas, the craft beer revolution has really helped Michigan's economy. And this is a state that needs its economy to run well.
For sure. Because it's not just the beer people either, because then you got the people growing hops. You got all the people all growing the grain. You got the fucking apple orchards of all the cider.
Yep. It's
just like a chain reaction.
Yeah.
I got an idea. If you want to make some more cash, Michigan, and I'm not exactly, Dr. Green Thumbs over here, fucking legalize weed.
Yeah.
Look at Denver.
Well, it's already medicinally okay in Michigan, so.
Exactly. It's just one step away. And you tax the fuck out of it. And, we'll be sitting here podcasting in our golden loincloths that they'll distribute to Michigan residents.
I'm actually already wearing mine. Prototype and all.
Oh, that's awfully nice.
Yeah, well, I'm designing them. So.
Oh, perfect.
It's up to me how scandalously cut they are. I'm trying to decide if I want to go bikini or ultra bikini.
I'm thinking ultra mega bikini.
You're probably right. I'm going to create a new level of scandalous.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like I think you could go that way instead, but it's hard to make that argument to people because they're trying to, well, you know, alcohol's bad, okay, and you know, drugs are bad, okay, so you can't, you know, it's gonna be tough to reason with them. But you know, and they've kind of, I think they kind of feel like they've taxed cigarettes about as far as they can go,
right?
You know, and gas. Nobody wants a gas hike. You know,
no,
so
absolutely not.
You know, it's like they're trying to find, like you said, they're trying to find something. I mean, realistically, you know, there's been talk for years about taxing like soda, raising the taxes on that kind of stuff. It's like, do it there, you know, like it's, you know, that's something where if it went up a nickel, people won't get crushed as bad. And if they do, well, you know, whatever. I mean, it's just as bad as, you know.
I mean, you're not going to, you know.
Worse for you than alcohol, except for the drunk part.
Yeah, so you're not going to plow through a line of nuns when you're hopped up on Pepsi, but.
You might. You don't know. Don't tell me what I'm going to do hopped up on Pepsi. Nah, I don't know. It's such a no-win. But it's, like I said, it's like right now the state is so, you know, there's so many jobs in the state and that industry is putting so much money back into Michigan. That money's not going elsewhere. It's staying in Michigan. These breweries are from Michigan, ran by Michigan people. You know, Michigan people work there. Michigan people drink their beer. You know, it's all circle of life within the state. And it's like, I'd rather see places that don't directly affect them get taxed a little bit.
Right.
But I don't know. And again, like you said, there's the weed option, or, you know, like I said, without getting too far down a soapbox hole, it's like, you know, religion's still untaxed and there's a lot of money there, you know?
Yes.
And like I said, I'm not going to get really into that, but it's just the truth. There's tons of money there.
Yeah, so, I saw, you know what? I don't want to get into it.
Yeah, that's why I said I don't want to go down that road, but it's just, I think there's other options. I think right now, I think just the craft industry needs to keep growing because it's really good for the state. You know, across
Absolutely.
the board, top to bottom. Like I said, most of that stuff is coming from, or a lot of that stuff is coming from within the state. So I want that industry to do well because the ripple effects of it really help overall the whole state. You know,
right?
But
let's see here. I just found an interesting.
Me too.
Gotta find out here. So Michigan has 205 craft breweries.
Yeah.
That's 2.9 breweries per capita.
Right.
Ranks 13th in the nation.
Really?
Yeah.
Per capita, it ranks.
Per capita, okay. It ranks 6th in the nation overall.
Okay, I was going to say, really? Michigan's not almost, yeah, I was going to say, I was thinking it'd be top 5, so 6th makes sense. Because you have bigger states that it's going to be, you know.
Right. And see here. That doesn't even make, I don't even know, I'm not sure what they mean here. I was trying to, it says like economic impact, but 1,852 million economic impact. I'm not sure what they mean by that.
Yeah, I don't know either. Yeah. I know we talked about it in the past about like how much money is the industry in Michigan was. Like, you know, and I don't think that was the ripple effect. I think that was just the beer part of it. You know, without, like you said, the orchards and, you know, different, you know, fruit suppliers and hop suppliers and all that kind of stuff. So. Yeah.
What we do know is it's big business because we've been to the beer fest.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
And I know it's a small sampling, but that small sampling is insane.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. It's
the amount of people, the amount of beers, the amount of work that goes into it.
Yeah, because I mean, really, if it comes down to it, people will pay it. Like, people are not gonna, I'm not gonna, but it's still, yeah, it is going to affect somebody in their place. There's going to be a level where people are going to go, I can't afford this beer. You know?
Right.
And yeah, and it's an interesting thing. And like I said, I understand if you want to try to get people to quit drinking and driving, but here's the problem, okay? If you put that kind of beer tax on things, what'll happen is whatever people drink, they may drop a level in the beer that they drink. They're still going to drink beer.
Right.
You know, maybe they drink Budweiser, maybe they're now going to start drinking Natty Light instead. You know, it's like that's what's going to happen. They'll just move to a slightly cheaper beer to make up that difference. And, you know, some won't. But if it's an economic thing, that's what'll happen. They'll still buy the beer. So that doesn't, in the end, you haven't prohibited anything.
No.
I think that's
it's
a fallacy.
odds are they won't be buying the delicious local beer that they should be.
Right, exactly. They'll end up buying the cheaper, bigger beers. Which
ultimately, in my opinion, it's in your best interest to keep the money as local as you can.
Exactly. Exactly, and that's why I don't want it to happen. It's that exact reason. Is maybe you drop down from buying a craft beer because now it's a little more, and you're like, I can't really justify this or something. And I don't know.
We've been in that position before when it's like I might as well take this week. We're going to watch the fights or something.
PBR.
I guess I'll have a PBR.
Uh-huh.
Or whatever's on special. What's the drink special tonight? Yeah. Oh, it's Ted's shit beer. I'll take 2.
Right. Ted's shit beer is one of your favorites, I know.
It is, yeah.
That's why you got 2.
It's a little gamey, but it's okay.
It's all right. Yeah, we should move on because time's getting on us. So.
Yeah, it's like I imagine we're running.
Yeah, what else you got?
Running long. What else I got?
Yeah, got anything else other than Q to W's?
Oh shit! We have some business we haven't even addressed.
What business?
These sons of bitches are on iHeartRadio now.
Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot about that. I'm glad you brought that up. Yep. Yeah, we've been approved on iHeartRadio. Yeah. So
if you're a fan of the iHeartRadio, iHeart us on there.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm sure there's a link I can add to our website.
Yeah.
So when you're going to go check out the what did I call it? Fluff and what? What did I call it?
I don't even remember now. Fluff and bullshit blog or something like that. I don't know. Boy. It's in there. You can find it later.
I'm gonna have to re-listen so I know what to call my blog.
Just pretend Tony said it again right here.
Wasn't it stupid fluff bullshit?
It's something like that. I don't know. You can call it whatever you want. Once you name it, it'll be there, so you won't have to worry about remembering.
Yeah, but I gotta name it once.
Somebody else who listens to the show will tell you what you called it.
That's true. All right, if you're listening to this right now, please tweet me and tell me what I called the blog that I want to make that I named like 15 minutes ago, but Bourbon Brain's kicking in, and I'm not going to listen to this episode until it's 300 episodes away when I listen to it for a best of.
I really hope you get like 300 tweets.
I hope so too.
That would be awesome. Like everyone and their mother just starts tweeting you the thing, and all of them give you different names.
I know my phone will be receiving so much Wi-Fi that I'll probably get like ball cancer or something.
Well, maybe don't keep your phone on your balls or under your balls. It's not a resticle.
I like the vibration.
Your phone is not a resticle, Tony. I don't care if you have an OtterBox or something on it or not.
I bought the resticle phone case for a reason.
All right. Well, never mind then. Never mind.
Jeez.
As long as you bought the appropriate gear, it's fine.
Exactly. How am I supposed to rest my testicles and play Angry Birds?
That's a good question. I don't know.
Nobody plays Angry Birds anymore.
That's a very odd question to ask in a commercial.
I couldn't think of a relevant game to play.
That's fair. All the games I play are not newer, so I can't really.
How am I going to rest my testicles and play Miss Pac-Man?
Perfect. That's the right call.
Super relevant.
Yeah.
All right. QW.
Hold on real quick. One more thing real quick. Because one bit of business, which is, the Pick'em League real quick. Not going to go into a full recap. We'll just do it real quick. No, don't even bother with the music this time.
Do we need a Dude Mountain Sounder?
Not yet. Next week we'll get into the Dude Mountain Sounder.
All right, good, because I haven't put Thunder and Lightning in there
Good, because, no one wants to hear it right now. It's too raw. It's too sexy. You have to,
It's too black coffee.
It's too black coffee, you're right. It's you and Dev at the top right now, isn't it?
Oh, we're up there making sweet love. And it's just thunder and hail raining down from the top of the mountain.
Yeah. I did not have a good week. I think the only thing I did, I was one of the few that picked Detroit. Because first of all, I had faith in my team because I thought Indianapolis was going to lose, even though I certainly sweated that game a lot.
Right.
But anyway. Yeah, so this week it's you and Dev on top. If you still want to join the league, you still can, and it's early enough in the season that you might still be able to. A couple good weeks, you could be right there with everybody.
Exactly. You could be up there with Dev and I.
Yep. Sipping mimosas.
some sort of weird daisy chain going.
That's pretty odd, but all right. Things get weird up at the top. And
Dude, top of Dude Mountain, it's like hedonism 4.
It really is. Anything goes because you're so far above sea level that, everything goes up there.
I say the only person that can judge you on top of Dude Mountain is Odin.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
It's true.
Just praise Odin.
Right. Exactly. That's what it's about. Getting up there and high-fiving Odin at the end of the season. So, all right, enough Dude Mountain. Let's go to the Q of the W.
So last week, Brian.
Yes.
We asked our faithful listeners if they could have a perfect meal, what would that motherfucker be?
Right.
I got a couple Facebook answers here. My friend.
Excellent.
Jared, field reporter. Ridiculous Ramblings, although I haven't seen one in my queue in a while, you son of a bitch.
Yeah.
He says a thick ribeye, cooked medium rare, giant baked potato with the works. I'm not sure what the works are.
Whatever's in your pocket.
So, lint. Actually, I don't have anything in my pocket.
Well, it depends on the day. You just never know what's in your pocket. So whatever's in your pocket that day, that's what he wants on it.
Wow, that is a terrible potato. Sometimes it's a Sharpie and a knife.
Yeah. That's not so bad. I've heard worse. Okay,
anyway, giant baked potato. Like, I'm talking football. That's what I'm guessing. Like the one Jeannie had the first time she went to Chicago. Or
yes, right. That's what I was thinking of.
When she's like, I want a potato, and they brought her basically a baby.
It was.
Yeah. Steamed snow crab legs with melted butter and an ice cold beer, large enough I can physically feel my liver recoil in fear.
Right.
That is a fine meal.
I agree. And he wants that beer, at the current tax level, not a higher tax level.
No.
Right.
Exactly.
Otherwise, it just ruins the whole meal. No,
so I got that one.
Uh-huh. Yeah, that's a good.
Then we have our pal, Matthew McDonough, future owner of a melted asshole. Due to his charity thing.
I can't argue with you. It's looking like it's going to.
We should probably plug that before the end of the show.
Yeah. He's going to need to plug it. Yeah.
Yeah, boy, is he going to need to plug it.
Yikes.
His perfect meal. Chicken nuggets and fries.
What?
Period. Always. Period. I noticed you don't have a drink here, my friend.
I don't remember if I said a drink either, but I think it was because I went with a steak dinner too, and, for me it's either a nice beer or, listen, what you're sitting there drinking would be all right too. I'd be okay with a nice glass of bourbon.
Slow down. I'm not sure if you want Ohio's finest.
Maybe I do, Tony. Maybe I do.
It's actually not bad, I'll be honest.
Yeah. No, you're right. I would probably prefer a different bourbon, but, whatever. But you get the idea.
I'm not 100% sure what a good beverage pairing with chicken nuggets and fries are, though.
I believe most places would give you a supersized Coke or Pepsi. Coke. Yeah, something like that.
Capri Sun.
Yes. A black coffee. Wink, wink.
Super. I'm not trying to shit on you, Matthew, but that seems like a kid's meal, man.
At least, first of all, props to him for not saying the word Mick or the, putting Mick in front of the word nugget.
I agree.
Yeah.
It could be too that I've never really been a chicken nugget guy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I used to eat chicken nuggets a lot, and what kind of ruined it for me was when I watched that thing that Jamie Oliver did when he made chicken nuggets.
He's like, hey, mate, pink slime.
Yeah, and I was like, gross. I don't know that I want these anymore. So it kind of soured me on them a little bit.
I guess in theory, McDonald's is supposed to use an actual meat product for their chicken nuggets now instead of like chopped up, chicken beaks and dicks and whatever else.
Delicious, yeah.
Yeah.
The best part of the pig, the beaks.
But you say the best part of pig?
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
That's a fucked up pig.
McDonald's just has one animal they make everything from. It's fine.
It's no.
It should be. It should be a delicious animal. But it's just
fucking terrible.
It's just terrifying instead.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think pigs are supposed to have beaks.
Like, that's what you think.
Are you a scientist?
Exactly.
Don't tell us how to science around here. We know. Do you see that sign? Billions served, sir? How many have you served? Not
Yeah.
your mom, because I don't want it to be a fair fight. You know?
And
Anyway.
Ronald comes out, drops the cardboard, break dances. You just got served.
Oh, that's
billion and one.
Nice. That's not where I thought you were going. I thought Ronald was going to come out and like drop an elbow. That's what I thought it was.
Well, that would work too.
Yeah.
That's all I got on the face page.
All right.
Kind of lax on the Facebook this time, listeners.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Could be the bourbon talking, but I'm not impressed.
Yeah.
Nah, it's not the bourbon at all. It's actually my brain.
Yeah. Well, it's a little of both.
Yeah. Fair enough.
Bourbon, helps your brain work. Right?
Yeah, boy!
Flava Flav agrees.
Yeah. Just blowed out my eardrums. But
You don't need those.
no, huh? Yeah. So
You're an older gentleman now. You don't need to hear.
you're right. All I need to do is be able to yell judgmental things.
Damn straight. Maybe slightly racist things. But you can get away with it because older gentlemen.
Not yet. I'm not old enough for slightly
okay.
racist things. Nah.
That's true. There is a timeline. It's like the closer your testicles get to the porch,
Yep.
the more racist you can get, and it's okay.
Exactly. I'm not
Yeah.
there yet. Yeah. You have to fit into that, zero fucks, club,
Exactly.
and I'm not there yet.
Now, I may have taken a shortcut because hernia.
That's fair. That's
Fair.
That's fair. It happens.
Ergo. Never mind.
No. I was like, really? We're going with ergo. All right. So, your wife, the first lady of space violence,
Indeed.
said all the bacon, which that's a tough one to argue because you could have bacon in so many different ways. You just sit there and just eat bacon until you explode.
I would.
I know, that's what I'm saying. I wasn't putting it down. And I know, and she's, a lady of class, so she'd probably be drinking fine drinks with all that bacon.
She added that in addition to her all the bacon,
Yeah.
a delicious old fashioned.
Right. I was going to actually guess old fashioned because why wouldn't you have an old fashioned and bacon?
Yeah. I mean, it seems like a perfect meal.
Seems perfect to me. Yeah, exactly. Because you can make bread out of the bacon sandwich,
Yeah, bacon sandwich.
dip that in the bourbon and then just eat it.
Yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm. Or
BLT.
instead of, putting your bourbon over ice, just crush up bacon and just pour it right over the bacon.
I agree.
Delicious. Right? It's like a bowl of cereal for an adult.
Yes.
That's my new breakfast, actually. It's just bourbon over crumbled up bacon.
Like
Perfect.
bourbon, a bowl full of bacon bits, and a spoon.
Mm-hmm. But
Maybe Saturday morning cartoons.
homemade bacon. None of this, I'm not talking
what
buying
are
bacon bits.
fucking animals?
Yeah, I'm not pouring bacos in there.
Exactly. What is this, a bag of chuck wagon?
It sounds like a bag of beef jerky in there. Ooh, actually, that'd be all right. The right beef jerky, that'd be all right. Anyway, moving on. Road, the risk, if you will. She said, perfect meal, chicken and waffles with a perfect cup of coffee. Can't argue with that. I do enjoy chicken and waffles.
Is this a rugged cup of coffee?
Black coffee, probably. Yeah. So,
Probably.
yeah.
Super rugged.
yeah. I don't know. Josh doesn't really strike me as a black coffee. So
Oh, I don't know.
I don't know where he pairs. We'll have to consult what's her face.
Maybe he's Frappuccino on the streets, black coffee in the sheets.
If that's the case, I really don't want to hear that. So
Actually, me neither.
yeah, they can just keep that as a secret.
I'm good. I like the platonic relationship I have with those two right now.
Exactly.
I need to.
No.
I don't want to know about after hours wrestling.
That's my new wrestling promotion. After hours wrestling.
It's actually a great name.
It is, yeah. Sunday after hours. It's
That could be your stupid blog.
after hours wrestling. It could be. Oh, that's actually not a bad idea.
Hey, see, dude, I get a couple bourbons in me, I become the idea man.
Didn't I just say bourbon makes your brain work? Did
It
I
does.
not? See?
It's
Listen, it's like have a beer, you'll be fine. Have a bourbon, your brain will work. It's the new
Yep.
thing.
all right.
Or
I'm in.
bourbon makes your brain works. Sorry.
T-shirt.
Boom. You
Write that shit down.
I'm writing something else down.
Well, write that shit down too.
That's all that work. All right.
Fine, I'll write it down.
That's right, you will. I have Q of the W's to read, my friend.
It's true. Get on that.
Jesus. All right, so Fluffy Bunny Ash has been, in another country this week. By other country, I mean, Quebec. But
oh boy, that's like don't they have like horses and knights and stuff there?
Yeah, actually, for her birthday, she rode around in a carriage as a princess. So
that's actually pretty awesome.
Yeah, she told me I should do the same thing, and I was like, I don't know. I was like, I'm not as majestic, and she disagreed. She feels I'm majestic as fuck. So, and she's right. I should have probably, gone around as a princess for my birthday. Still early. Weekend's not over yet. So
it's not. You have officially 16 minutes of birthday left.
Ah, you're right. Let's go.
There's fucking time for this.
Where can I get a carriage real quick? Does Uber have carriages? I need a buggy.
Send a Raven. I need an Uber.
Yeah. All right. So, she says she has a giant backlog of Q the W answers for us.
Oh my.
Yeah, so I'm going to read this week's one first, though, because if I can find it. There it is. As for this week's answer, I'm going to steal my answer from some dialogue in Metal Gear Solid 5. A full-dressed, perfectly cooked hamburger, grains, meat, cheese, vegetables. All of nature's blessings and bounties in one delicious handful. Which is, oddly enough, also my tagline.
Oh, nice.
Wait.
It's like, I got that tattooed on my lower abdomen.
Who doesn't these days? So let's see. Let me pull up. Mr. Cheeto Bandito also fired one in at us.
Oh, you mean the swarthy Latino man?
The one
Cheeto
and only.
Bandito?
Yes. The man who, never mind. He's got a plan to stick it to the man. That's what I was trying to say.
I think he dresses just like, Antonio Banderas in Desperado.
To the left?
Maybe. I don't have the Blu-ray HD. Does he dress to the left? I don't know.
The new 4K Steelbook's coming out, right? Ooh. It just seemed like the right thing to say.
It was perfect.
Yeah. Anyway, you were saying?
I was just complimenting Cheeto and his Latin skills.
Right, fair enough. Okay, so his perfect combo meal, he said, wow, this is tough. Gonna go with pizza and beer. It's perfect. I'm talking good quality wood or coal-fired oven pizza, not frozen pizza, so no DiGiorno. But hey, any port in a storm. Pizza and a nice tall beer or several beers. That's a fucking meal. And I agree. That is a fucking meal.
Pizza and beer is a fine combo.
Listen, it's maybe my favorite meal.
It's pretty strong.
Yeah. So, all right.
And like he was saying, especially tasty pizza.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I'm a person who pizza, I'll throw down on a lot of pizza. I prefer good pizza, but I'll also eat bad pizza because it's still like, pizza.
And I know everyone's heard the saying, any pizza's like sex. It's any pizza's good. Whatever the fuck the stupid saying is.
Oh, I thought you meant you can only get sloppy seconds, but all right. Yeah. No.
Say, I've definitely had some awful pizza before.
I have too. I love pizza, and there's pizza I would not want again.
Yeah. There's one awful pizza though that has a special place in my heart, Brian.
Yeah.
Can you guess this said pizza?
Awful pizza that has a special place in your heart?
Yes. It's like a pop quiz, hotshot.
No, because you said awful. So what pizza?
It is awful, but it has a special place in my heart.
Okay.
Goddamn rectangular sausage pizza from school.
Oh, right. Yeah, that is awful, and you're right.
It's terrible, but it still holds a special place.
With the pork crumble. Yep.
Yeah, the pork crumble. Oh, God, that's even a terrible topping name. Not just pork.
Pork crumble. Yeah. I don't want pork crumble in my bourbon.
No.
Mm-mm. No. On the pizza's fine, though. I don't know, maybe you soak it in bourbon, then have it on the pizza beer. Anyway. No, you're right.
I would almost eat one of those just to see how it tasted now.
Oh, it's god-awful, I'm sure, but...
I'll probably take a bite and go running into the bushes and die.
Make sure it's not the one with the claymore.
That's true. I'd probably be quicker.
Yeah. Just run ass first,
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know how that happens, but all right. So the other ones from Cheeto were, which historical figure do I want to engage in fisticuffs with? Which kudos
Fine
on
use of the word fisticuffs.
Yep. Mark fucking Twain. I don't know. Oh, fuck that guy. I don't know, man. I'm not sure me and Cheeto can be pals anymore. Never has there been a more smug historical face that needed punched. That may be true, but there's a reason for it. I mean, when you're right, it's easy to be smug. The fight goes one round. I give him 2 free hits, then it's broken ribs and nose for Twain. I love he gives him 2 free shots. You know what's going to happen is he'll be like, I'll give you 2 free shots. Mark Twain pulls out a pistol and puts you on the ground.
Exactly. Shoot at a dome.
Yeah. Tat, tat.
Double tap him.
Right. Pulls out his Chrome 45 and, talked some shit and wound up dead, whatever. Now, what zoo animal do I want a cage match? Kangaroo. I think the boxing kangaroo from Looney Tunes. Yeah, I get my ass whipped, but damn, it's a boxing kangaroo. Well, sir, you need to go watch Delete or Decay because you'll see some sparring with a kangaroo.
Hilarious.
Ridiculous is what it is, for sure. All right, now back to Ashley's other answers here, which were, oh man, she's going all the way back to what sentence would you address the world with?
Wow.
Yeah, she put it changes a lot, so just check my Twitter because that's pretty much what Twitter is, addressing the world a sentence at a time. That's true. That's true.
Yeah, that's fair. That is fair.
Just make sure every night before you go to bed, you just put balls. That's just, that way your last word is always like, balls?
Balls.
Or balls question mark.
Yeah. They just got to change the punctuation, keep people on their toes.
Sure, yeah.
Sometimes exclamation, balls!
Right, yeah, caps sometimes, put it in brackets once in a while, italics. I don't know.
Underline, boldface,
I don't
balls.
know. Like type it in your notes and then screen cap it and post the picture of that on Twitter. Just balls.
Balls.
Like, put it into your draft folder, screen cap that.
Maybe the iOS 10 will suggest a bunch of cherries or something to replace it with.
Probably will, yeah. She says she would rather tell an intimate story in the form of stand-up comedy. Put the tragedy plus time equals comedy theory to the test. It's understandable.
Right.
And as far as what animals she would like to fight, she would fight a fucking ostrich. As she's well established in the past, she is all about killing ostriches.
Wow, hardcore.
Why did I even have to submit that? Any regular listener should have been able to figure that out about me. I will calmly stand there, lull the asshole bird into getting close, and then snap the fucker's neck like Steven Seagal.
That's a great image.
Right? I actually, it's not in here, but she followed up to me that, of course, after she kills the ostrich, it's barbecue time.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So
I don't know if I know we've definitely covered some weird turduckens.
Yeah.
I don't know if we've ever got an ostrich involved.
Oh, we did. We actually have a show that has that in it, remember?
Okay.
It's Osterducken is the name of the show.
I was like, I vaguely remember doing that.
Yeah. And then for her historical figure, she says L. Ron Hubbard and Joseph Smith in a 2-on-1 handicap match. She's like, I'm a black belt. I'll destroy either of them solo. Even together, I doubt there'll be a challenge. So violent. Wow. These kids are violent, man. She's killing people. Violent. And then also barbecue. No, I'm kidding.
Well, it seems like appropriate to have a human barbecue.
Yeah.
I mean, buttermilk and flour, flour. We already covered this.
Right. Yeah, at the end of the fight, whoever loses just gets the hot oil on them.
Yep.
What are you going to do?
Hot oil match.
Yeah, they're like, before you guys fight, could you roll around in this flour? And
yeah, like, come here, we have fresh cracked black pepper to put on you.
Yeah, close your eyes, maybe cover your nose. That's probably not pleasant to have dumped on you.
And a bunch of kosher salt, because it's better for cooking.
That's right. And then, the other herbs and spices.
Oh, yeah.
Whatever they are. I don't know. We'll have to wait for the colonel to show up. All right.
Satan's herbs and spices.
That's a terrible idea. All right. So that's what I got for the Q of the W's.
Those are some fine answers.
I agree. And thanks to, Ashley and Cheeto for catching up. I mean, I've got to mark you down because, your work's in late, but fine job at even
tardy,
but still good. Like solid B. Would have been an A if it was on time. But
we could probably figure out some extra credit assignments if you want to get your grades back up.
That sounds really lewd, Tony. Like Cheeto's
Not
cringing.
that kind of extra credit.
Cheeto's cringing right now, and Hot for Teacher's playing or something. I don't know. He's like, black coffee, you say?
I got it bad.
I understand. In this scenario, you're the teacher, though. So that's kind of weird.
I was changing the lyrics to Hot for Student.
Oh, okay. All right.
I got nothing.
All right. Cheeto's already buying his schoolgirl outfit, so.
Oh, what do you mean buying? He already owns it.
All right, fair enough.
Probably lounges around the house in it.
Why wouldn't you, right?
I know, right?
You never know when you need to be sexy.
I've watched his live cam.
Just Cheeto doing the most mundane things, but he's in the schoolgirl outfit, so it's sexy.
Exactly. It's like,
hey, listen, make your money how you got to. I'm not here to
whatever.
hate. I'm not here to hate on people like that. Oh, I mean, if he was writing stupid blog or fluff pieces, then maybe. But
in a schoolgirl outfit.
But the sorority thing, I mean,
in a school. Well, okay. In a sorority girl outfit,
which
he's got his Alpha Kappa Omega sweater on or whatever. They're like, Alpha Kappa Omegas make eggs the best, or whatever their stupid sweaters say.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what they're.
I've seen some dumb shirts that are talk about sororities in my travels through college campuses, because that's what my job entails a lot of times.
True. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, let's get our Q of the W for this week. We're way over.
Okay. You have it in your chamber, sir.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I forgot. This one's one I kind of was like. So this is spawned by Henno and I talking on The Crazy Life, which was we were kind of talking about doing crazy things in your life. And it made me kind of, it's a thing that made me go, And it was, I'm doing more the Arsenio Hall one than the music.
Oh, okay.
In case anyone wants to know what reference I'm making there. Clearly, time, right on with the pop culture. But so it's like,
current.
Basically the question is, what's the craziest thing you would do? And again, like, set money, forget the money end of it. Like, what is the craziest thing you could actually see yourself doing in life? Whether it's throwing yourself out of a plane or, base jumping or, I don't know, whatever it is, but, something along those lines. Like, don't make it something dumb, but make it something that's like, and again, not something you've always wanted to do, but something you actually would do if roadblocks were out of the way. Like whether it's a financial roadblock or it's like, oh, I can't take time off of work or I have kids or, whatever your things that are keeping you from this crazy act are,
Right.
Yeah. And I mean, I guess, sleeping with all the bitches is probably a good way to get yourself in trouble if you're married, but whatever.
Not just the bitches.
All
the bitches.
All them bitches.
God, me personally, I think I've always wanted to skydive.
Yeah.
I don't know why either. I think I could do that. I'll do that. And I know there's skydive Tecumseh like 2 seconds from here, but I'm not sure if I want some old guy strapped to my back.
Yeah. Do you kind of do. I mean,
extra credit and all.
A little bit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can see that. Like I could see you actually skydiving. Like I could see you do that. It's not something where I'm like, I don't know, dude. Like, come on.
I have a GoPro. I got to use it for something.
Yeah. Right. Right. Other than staring in sorority girls' windows.
Hey, what else am I going to do with that selfie stick? That extends up to the second floor selfie stick.
Nice. You don't even need a ladder anymore. That's awesome.
Right?
Yeah. That's convenient.
God, I used to be a peeping Tom, but I snapped my ribs.
Nice. Do you know what, like, my thing is I honestly feel like I could just pick up and move. Like, just go somewhere where I don't really, have anything tying me down. Like, to just be like, all right, I'm moving here and just go do it. Because,
like, here I come, Tuscaloosa, or whatever.
Wherever, Tom's Foolery is made, that's where I'm heading.
Outside of Cleveland?
Obviously.
It's not very far.
No, well, I didn't say it would be that far. I mean, maybe I'm just going to, like, Detroit.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
I hope you have active shooter training.
Well, this is about crazy things, right? Yeah.
That's true.
But and I know a lot of people would see that as crazy because, the idea of just picking up and going is not something, but that's something that honestly,
is a terrifying thought, to be honest, sometimes.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's something I've, at various points in my life, kind of thought about is just, just finding a place where I think I'd, fit better or just would enjoy more, whether it's for my sinus problems or, whatever. So, yeah.
I completely understand that because there's definitely times that I'm like, I like where I live. I like Michigan. But, man, sometimes you go to somewhere warm.
Yeah.
I love like tropical. That's like I really feel at home in the tropics and like by the ocean.
Right.
Apparently, I was a pirate. I don't know.
Was? Yeah. I think you're still a pirate.
Maybe.
I've seen you put your knee up in things.
It's true. I don't have rum.
You're known
Kentucky rum.
You're known for your delicious rum, though.
This is also true.
Right? Cap'n Tony's Delicious Rum, I believe. I think that's the name of it.
Exactly. The E's backwards because I'm fucking badass.
Well, obviously, yeah.
And illiterate.
And it's Cap'n spelled like Captain Crunch,
Yeah, exactly. I wear the same outfit.
Well, of course, yeah. Again,
because I'm a Navy man.
Well, yeah. I mean, that's the uniform. So
it is the uniform.
What are you gonna do?
No, I learned this from my peanut butter crunch box.
Right. Do you fight
the proper outfit for a captain?
Do you fight soggies too?
Oh boy, do I! That's why I buy Under Armour skivvies.
Yeah,
fight them soggies. I'm winning the war, Brian.
Well, good. I'm glad because I certainly really don't want to know the answer, but if I'm going to hear the answer, I prefer that you're winning because if you're losing it, I don't want to sit near you.
No, you are damn straight.
It's like, watching food thaw. You just see like the puddle of water around it. Disgusting.
Like, are we by the county compost? What is that?
Yeah, that sounds accurate. All right, we got to wrap it up because like I said, we're way over. So as normal, we'd tell you go to saltylanguage.com to check out Tony's fantastical blog that full of whimsy that he'll be putting up.
Yeah, please tweet me and let me know what it's called.
I just
at monotony on Twitter.
I just love that it's just so lazy. Oh man, that's great. Yeah, if you want to contact the show, you can hit us up on Twitter at salty_language. You can find me at Stunami. Tony already told you what is it again? At Monotony.
At Monotony, or I guess, if you're on the Snappas, you can hit me at salty_language on Snapchat because, let me know what I called my blog.
Right. On Snapchat, I'm Ninjitsu if you want to follow me. And I just don't feel like going through all the rigmarole except for this. The networks that we're part of, which is Tangentbound Network. We're part of the Geek Life Radio collective thing, and also Danger! Watch your back! Danger! Entertainment. So, there's that. Is there anything else we need to plug? Oh, yeah, I guess one more thing real quick, which was, as we mentioned earlier, our pal Matt from the Passersby podcast is still running his collecting monies to help out the hungry children's.
Yep, it's GoFundMe. I'd say go to GoFundMe, search Passersby Pod. And, donate some money to enjoy watching his insides melt and his asshole burn. And feed the kids.
Right. It's a good cause. And kids can get fed. So there you go. And with that, anything else? Any last minute business? Can't think of anything else.
I think we're good.
All right, cool. Have a beer, you'll be fine.
Bourbon makes your brain work.
And stay salty.
There you go.